Light the beam! Light the beam! Light the beam! Light the beam!
Oh, light the beam indeed. This is the face you get when we are all finally healthy and back together again.
Oh, man, I don't know about... I've been dodging bullets over here, man. Don't be... I might be getting sick, man. I about told LG to keep his mouth away from me, you know.
I feel like we have been a mash operation.
Close talker.
Mash operation these last few weeks, but alas, we're back in the room, under the same roof, all together again. Good to have all of y'all with us as well. Broadcasting live here on the north side of San Antonio. This is the Sports Cave with Biggest Puma. Well, of course, along with Cap and LG, controlling the mothership in another room here. I always, everything sounds so great when we're pre-show, we're talking back and forth, we've got everything lined up. And then it's like as soon as I hear that intro, the panic sets in. Yeah, it's still always.
It could all go down.
And when it does, that also makes for great content as well. Yeah. Something else that happened since we've been away. This, first of all, weekly schedule thrown around a little bit. We'll talk about that more as we go along. But something else that happened since the last time we did a show. Can you think of it?
LG.
The last show we did
LG
was
crying about being sick.
No, we're going to get to that in weekend recap because I need to hear a minute-by-minute account of how bad I put him.
He threw some explicits your way.
As he should. No, the last show we did, it was the day before the NFL season opener.
The day before.
We were one day till the NFL opening night.
So the Cowboys lost.
They did lose, and we'll, of course, talk about that along with the full NFL Week 1 recap in the main seggy.
I don't know, man.
We need a new countdown.
Oh, yeah, that's what we do.
Because NFL opening night has come and passed. So
we got to do NBA opening.
Buddy, sometimes...
It's simpatico or what?
Sometimes the synergy is just so organic. I don't know what to do with myself. We are, drum roll please... I didn't think I was actually going to get one. I like it. Okay. We are 43 days till Spurs opening night, Wednesday, October 22nd, up in Dallas against number 1 overall pick, Cooper Flagg, and the Dallas
Give
Mavericks.
me some Wemby. Give me some Flagg. Gonna raise him up the pole.
Give me some, hopefully, Dylan Harper recovering from hand surgery. Yeah. Hopefully there's no delay on his debut, and we see him Wednesday, October 22nd as well. I actually have some Wemby.
You think they're gonna throw him in the starting, or you think they're gonna come on?
I think he'll come off the bench. Yeah, I think he'll. I think the commitment to Fox, the ascension of Castle, and the fact that Dylan Harper hasn't played a minute of NBA basketball. I think you're going to see...
Pops back there like, no!
It's a hell of a six-man to have, though, the number 2, most recent number 2 pick in the NBA draft. No, we have some Wemby news that dropped about couple hours before we went live today.
Oh,
Spurs are trying something new. We're going to do that in lightning round.
Okay.
I'm sure a lot of y'all have already seen the news, but the more I read about it, the more questions I have. Spurs trying to start a bit of a super fan section at the arena. Of course, we got some more Kawhi news, some more reporting on that.
Oh, yes.
It keeps getting more and more. Apparently, Kawhi is a hockey fan.
He's a hockey.
Did not know. Did not know that.
Was that 1 year in Toronto?
Exactly. So we got that in the lightning round as well. Of course, this is our first episode of the week. So we got some weekend doings to recap and get to. But since we were supposed to do a show yesterday, LG still recovering from the plague that I ascended on this household. We didn't get to do our National Day yesterday. Ooh. And it was actually a good one in comparison.
I can see you getting hyped for certain days. You're like,
some of them.
Can't wait for Wednesday.
Well, the most unfortunate is when, like when we have to move. Like whenever I was sick last 2 weeks ago, and it was a National Peach Day. Like, I wasn't as upset about that one.
Yeah.
That's understandable. Or, National Bowling League Day. I was pretty hyped about the founding of the national parks. That was a good one. That was a pretty big one. No, today is like National Teddy Bear Day and also National Care Bear Day. So it's the Battle of the Bears today. I didn't even look to see which one came first. Couldn't care less. But yesterday,
I will say I used to watch Care Bears as a kid.
Well, did you watch this as a kid? Because September 8th, 1966, one of the most influential television shows ever debuted.
1966. No, because that would have been after Vietnam. I was thinking MASH.
Well, wasn't MASH Korea anyway? I think that was the Korean War.
Was it Korean? Oh, okay.
Pretty sure.
Because it was like color TV. Bewitched?
No, but no, that's I Dream of Jeannie.
I
watched way too much Nick at Night as a kid. No, this would go on. Started as a TV show, became multiple other television universes, ended up having tons of movies from multiple decades and generations.
Oh, Star Wars.
So close.
Star
Halfway.
Trek.
Star Trek. On this day.
Oh, man, I just pissed off so many Trekkies out there, dude.
Yeah, my uncle in Amarillo, Texas will never forgive you. I think he could.
You take that sin off of Captain Kirk.
He is, well, exactly that. I'm unsure which he knows better, the Bible front and back or the entire lore of Star Trek, because I think those are his two biggest passions in life.
Does he
Man of faith.
That's right.
Does he go through all like the Spaceship Nine?
Oh, buddy, yeah.
Deep Space Nine.
He's got hot opinions about some of them. Some of them are absolute Cam Newton ass, or at least I've been indoctrinated.
I tried to watch that Picard one that they put on the streaming site, and we got through the first season. It was pretty good, but man, what's his name? Sir
Alex Ferguson.
Sir Alex Ferguson. Turd Ferguson. Not like the main character, Captain Picard.
Oh, Patrick Stewart.
But yeah, Sir Patrick Stewart. It's just hard to see him do action scenes when he's 90 years old.
Yeah, that doesn't quite play for me. Yeah, it's like watching the most recent Indiana Jones movie was on TV this past weekend.
I just saw that they made one in 2023.
Yes.
Did not know.
No, and it's, again, watching old man Harrison Ford try to be badass Indiana Jones. It just doesn't
Using
play.
the whip, going across there's always a cavern he has to cross.
Yeah, it doesn't play as well as it did from my childhood. Granted, those movies are 40 years old, 40 plus years old.
40!
Yeah, Star Trek Day. Oh man, it wasn't a good weekend for Mr. Gunn. Oh God, I always forget about your Oklahoma State.
Yeah, man. What are we going to do? Beat the Ducks? No, we weren't going to beat the Oregon Ducks.
But
can we not get run out the freaking building? You know what I'm saying?
Oregon could have put 100 up on y'all if they really wanted.
They throttled down in the fourth quarter.
They throttled down after the first possession of the third.
Yeah,
it was,
what was it, like 49 at half?
Yeah, it was not good. We are going to talk. I got a little bit. It was a weird weekend for college football. So
the first weekend was so good. It's hard to.
Again, like in comparison, we had 3 top 10 matchups week 1 and none this past week. So we're going to talk a little bit of that in weekend sports. But before we get any further into the program, let's test that connection from the other room with LG, because LG, I believe we have a fairly big development for the program here.
What?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
yeah.
He came in. He came through.
We have surpassed 500 subscribers. Thank you for that, people. Now
Thank you.
the next goal is 1,000, but with 500 comes super chats, so you can now super chat in the chat, and that's about it.
I'm gonna be more interactive with the chat. You can throw some money.
And I've sunset buy me a coffee.
Okay.
So let's keep it all in super chats.
Taking it to the pasture.
One place to donate.
Yeah, that makes we'll make it easy on you, and we'll do
sunset. I've
now
never heard that term.
You never heard the sunset?
I'm gonna sunset you.
You don't want to say that.
Yeah, there are some different.
There's some sunset towns in Texas.
Towns.
There used to be, yeah.
Okay.
There used to be.
Yeah,
Buddy,
They still are.
used
but-
to be. Yeah,
Well, they used to have signs, I should say. There used to be signs, like when you would enter the town.
Yeah, now
Warning you.
Now the sign is just the restaurant that's named the Coffee Cup Cafe.
Exactly,
With
yeah.
Like, there's your sign now. Actually, no. I give them. They
and the old
changed.
Cracker Barrel guy sitting out there.
Yeah, he just staring at you. Except it's the real Cracker Barrel guy. They did change the last K in that. It's now Coffee Cup Cafe with a C. So now you know they're not racist.
Damn liberals.
I
Got
know.
us again,
Yeah,
dude.
go woke,
good
go
job.
broke. No, as LG said, we passed 500 actually during the last episode. And thank you for that. But still trying to continue to grow that number, get closer to 1,000. Subscribing is absolutely free. It'll never cost you a thing. I don't know if I would be able to sleep with myself at night if we charged for the quality of content we put out.
This is pure gold, baby.
Yeah, you say that, but gold. Last time I checked, I haven't heard Ron Paul rant about the gold standard or silver prices lately.
I'm
But
just saying, Project Marvel went through
yes,
because of our intellectual arguments and not Spurs Jesus.
I will.
Just putting it out there.
It-
And now it's trying to get sandbagged again.
It went through the first hurdle. I saw some footage of a rally. Well, obviously, Spurs had their own rally after the UTSA game Saturday at Idle. Thank you, Hector.
Oh, first super chat there. Thanks, Heck.
Yeah, that's you will go down in history, Hector. We will always remember the $5 contribution from Hector to kick the. That was pretty solid.
Hector.
Sounded like you've been watching these South American World Cup qualifiers. There's a heater between Venezuela and Colombia right now. There was some fairly passionate rally goers opposed to Project Marvel. Now, granted, they all looked like they were drawing Social Security, and if we know anything about voting records, people that are
They weren't marching too far.
no, but you know where they do
They
march
brought
to?
their chairs.
They march to the voting booth. Old
do.
people have nothing but time to go stand in line and vote. So keep that in mind as we.
I love the guys with the sign when you go to the library to vote. And I'm like, you know what, sir? You have changed my mind.
Yeah, look,
Look, you stood out here for 16 hours. You, sir, have changed my mind.
I
Said no one.
am
like-
guilty. I will give
You've been
them
that
this.
guy. You've
No,
been that
no.
guy.
I've never been the guy that holds the sign, but I am absolutely the guy that entertains the guy who holds the sign. Because, like you say,
feel sorry for him.
He's just trying to do his civic duty of sharing his position that he thinks we should support. So I hear him out. What else am I going to do? I'm standing in the line at the Lions Club waiting to vote or the library.
You have to get out the line. That's the whole point. Like,
Oh, no, I
yeah.
wave him over.
You wave. Oh, you wave them over.
Yeah, I tell him. Look, if he wants to try.
I think they're breaching some laws there. They cannot sit there.
Buddy, I don't know. There are many times where I go vote in this city where I just think, that's probably not legal. Neither is that. But alas,
The old lady giving you a stern look as she gives you your voting card.
dude, last time I got chased out of the room by an old lady because she wanted the pencil back. And I'd forgotten I had it. I was
Trying to
just
steal
twirling
the
it.
vote?
Yeah.
Oh, you dirty
Apparently, that's a
dog.
federal offense, according to Karen at the Lions Club. It's good to be back in the room with y'all. We've got a lot to get to. I'm excited now that we have our. Well, hell, we'll just roll this into the weekend recap. How about the first full weekend of college football Saturday and NFL Sunday?
Oh man, so much TV watch.
Glorious.
So much TV. My eyes were hurting. And a lot of naps, a lot of, snooze fest games. And like last night until it started getting good at the end. I know we'll get to it later, but God, man, that game was boring in the first half.
Yeah, it feels like rarely do you get the.
You go from Baltimore Bills.
That's what I was about to say.
Why wasn't that Monday?
Well, that's a good question. The anomaly, though, of getting an 81-point game in week one.
When you got Lamar and Josh Allen.
Sure.
I might go on the over.
But those defenses, too. I mean, Bills add Bosa. Oliver's still an absolute monster in the middle. normally, I think you're closer. You're more likely to get the 17-16 Bengals-Browns game than you are the 41-40 Bills. But like you said, it was a glorious return of a full football weekend in our lives. However, the unfortunate thing, it is the roommate's heavy travel season. Season, as Johnny Manziel once framed it. She had to fly out Monday morning, early Monday morning flight again. She's living it up in Vegas, which also, I always forget Vegas has a 2-hour time difference.
Yeah.
So last night, when she's finishing up her corporate obligations at the bar, which is just host a bunch of clients till bar closes at 2. So she's calling me, and it's 4 a.m, and in my head, I'm thinking like, oh my God, what is happening? It's 4 a.m.
Yeah.
And I have made clear my rules about calling me at 4 a.m. Like, if someone's dead, tell me about it in the morning. If there's nothing I can do.
Unless you're in jail and you need bail money.
Exactly.
I will call you a lawyer, but like.
Short of that, if there's nothing I can directly impact at that time, and the time being the dead middle of the night, just tell me in the morning. Don't wake me. So she wakes me. It's 4 o'clock, completely, corporate smashed in a responsible way. But I'm just like, oh my God, there's a 2-hour time difference. It happens every time she goes west. I forget about it. And the first night, I'm getting.
What do you do? Like, do you not cuss her out, but do you like?
Oh no.
Why are you calling me this late?
Look, I think we all can kind of see through the facade here. Well, okay. First of all,
don't piss off the breadwinner.
Yeah. First of all, there is that minor angle. I mean, now as we embark on, hey, honey, we got super chats open. It's all
boom. Hector got us, man.
Yeah. No, I mean, the facade of acting like, oh, don't call me. But then when I answer, like, oh, hey, baby, how's Vegas? How's the trip? Like, it's not like it's more of a positioning stance than I'm not going to be a giant jerk about it when you actually do call. But
good job
I just
on
like
that
to
radio.
establish.
Good job on that radio voice there.
Try to
get the penile.
Try to
in there.
Try to. But no, she flew out early Monday morning, so it's again the delicate dance of, hug at the airport, like, oh man, well, at least you're back Wednesday. It's not going to be that big of a trip, and
you still do the whole dance.
Well, I do I can't allow the excitement level to be.
Well, it's not excitement. It's just like you've
It's
done it.
kind of excitement. I mean, look, ask me what I watched a 3-hour documentary about Stephen Paddock on YouTube last night. I can tell you every conspiracy theory about the Las Vegas shooting because that's how I spent my time.
That's
last
not going
night.
to get watched.
No, that's not
in her book.
That's
realm.
Probably not a group effort. That's probably one that gets saved for whenever I'm on my own. But
all I'm thinking of is Risky Business and Puma, just in socks and no underwear hat.
Okay, well that's allowed. That's still that's a normal Tuesday when she's not in Vegas. That's just how it is. But the problem with her leaving early Monday. That means there is about a CVS receipt-sized list of things she needs to do before leaving town. Like I got to go to HEB, got to get some stuff. Got to go to CVS to get some stuff.
Some travel size stuff.
Got to go to Home Depot because she wanted to buy. She's been reading. She reads like 3 books a week now. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And sometimes we'll read them out loud while I'm playing video games. But she wanted to go to Home Depot. And so in my head, I'm thinking like, what do we need?
What do I need to fix?
Yeah, and I'm like you said, when a game became a snoozer, it was literally all right, I got a 45-minute window. Like, we're walking out right now. We're going straight to get what we need, no dawdling, and back to the couch, So we go to Home Depot, and I'm still trying to figure out, because I'm watching games on my phone. I'm still trying to figure out exactly what we're getting. She wanted to get the paint sample strips.
Oh yeah, the swatches.
The swatches, because she's using those as bookmarks now. So we get to Home Depot,
is she
and I realize.
categorizing? Is she like, I'm gonna remember this one with the lavender?
So she's matching them with the covers.
Oh my god,
It's pretty great. Yeah, I'm telling you. The first week of full football,
the OCDness went heavy on her or something.
Oh, dude,
She's taking up too much. She's taking too much Tylenol, right? She's getting that autism.
That's
right?
correct. Yes. Well, I think that's only when you're pregnant, so I can testify that that's not where it comes from. There's a little more OCD under our roof than I think a lot of people realize.
It gets worse when you get older. Like me, I'm like, put the dishes in the right way. When I was a kid, I didn't really give a crap.
Yeah, so a big one for me is like locations of things I use often.
Yeah.
So like wallets going in the same place every time, keys going in, TV remotes same place every time.
Yeah.
Small things like that, but when
someone moves it.
That's right. Then I don't know what to do with myself.
Where's my video game remote?
Yeah, that's there are certain ticks still that stop me down. But short of all of that, it was really the only thing. I mean, obviously, it was football all weekend. But Sunday night, ended up going to watch the Sunday night game at a bar in the neighborhood, not just to watch the game, but it was actually a benefit for another one of my buddies. And I wanted to ask you, because I thought you might have encountered something in your days of bouncing or bar managing, club managing. He got absolutely like full-on sucker punched, attacked, jumped while closing the bar 3 weeks ago. He's a manager of a bar down there in the neighborhood.
Did they steal anything, or is it just like someone who just...
So he had kicked them. They were wasted.
Oh.
They got cut off. It was a dude and his girl. Mm-hmm. They had come from another bar in the parking. My neighborhood, that was also a really weird sound. Blah, blah, blah. My neighborhood is a full-on entertainment district now, and it's happened. There's white women walking dogs with strollers now. There's bars that are drawing. It's changing very, very fast, despite the pushback and the fear tactics. My neighbors have hiked up their level of trying to just be a little more outwardly, openly antagonistic towards I was
like, you're trying to avoid the word racist?
No. It's the I'm talking setting off fireworks on porches of the Airbnbs next to me.
That's full-fledged, yes.
Yes, like we are fighting the gentrification on the east side, and I'm doing my part.
Those are some gangster old people, man.
Dude, they're awesome. I mean, we've lived there 6.5, going on 7 years now. And the first 6 months, it was like a feeling out period. But ever since then, it's been. I mean, once they realize,
I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, well, and also like I'm backwoods country redneck. Like I support everything you're doing. Guess what? Sometimes the roommate and I are also screaming at each other in the front yard in the middle of the night. Like there's not a whole lot of differences here at times. So as they have,
there was this. Sorry to interrupt, but it always reminds me of this one guy, and I'm assuming it's a guy. I would love it if it was some old lady. But we get this one house on the Guadalupe every summer for my friend's birthday, and we got it like 6 years in a row. And I would bring all the fireworks, all the big stuff, and it was kind of like a canyon, so it'd be a real big pop.
Oh, and then
then the person would get pissed off and start shooting the shotgun.
Oh, fun!
And trying to get the spray, trying to get the bird pellets to land on us.
Over. Yeah.
And one time I snuck up. I was like, spy tactics this year. I was like, set out the fireworks. I'm going to figure out which house it is. I narrowed it down the house, and all of a sudden I was like, hey! And then all of a sudden I just heard the door slam real quick and everything. And I'm like, oh, I almost got him. I don't know what I was going to do.
Yeah, I was about to say. I mean,
me versus the shotgun, I lose.
Yeah, that's probably not odds in your favor.
I was drunk.
Yeah, well, that also helps the liquid confidence there. Yeah. No, my as the neighborhood's changing, there's the bar we go to is very much a locals neighborhood bar. Like you're not going there for a club environment. Like, you're not going there to see and be seen. You're not dressing up to go there. Like, it's a dive bar, which is what I want. It's my living room because of all the TVs they show sports. But as the crowd in the neighborhood has started to shift, I mean, hell, even
you're getting new faces in there.
Right, and all of those, the rooftop bar right there that's next to Bentley's. So if for those that might not know, we're talking about this stretch of Broadway in between downtown and the Pearl. That's where all of these bars and new restaurants have started popping up, and with that, there's new crowd coming in. And about 3 weeks ago, he's a manager at the bar, was closing it down. It's like already 1:30, 1:40. So it's not quite last call. So if they walk in, tried to order, he immediately was like, no, absolutely not. Y'all are wasted.
Yeah.
You got to go.
And they took it personal.
Of course. And which, again, talking about shotguns or other places in the neighborhood, like Bentley's has had shooting or the one Hang Time 2 right down the street.
That's what happens when you play rap music, man.
Well, I think that could happen if you played gospel music with some of the high T levels.
I'm just going like all these old stereotropes that
of course,
are on the north side. Don't let people with flat bill hats in. Don't let people with sneakers that look too clean in.
They wouldn't.
They would literally. I'm like, why don't you just tell me not to let black people in, bro?
That's correct. Yeah.
I was like, you're going there.
There was one time.
You're really stretching.
So like a couple of weeks ago, when I had my handkerchief here, when I might or might not have gotten LG deathly ill, there was a bar that will go unnamed because we've since rectified the situation and are back on good terms. They wouldn't let me in because I had that orange handkerchief.
Oh, like you're like flying a flag?
Yes, and I told him, I was like, first of all, who is
have a handkerchief
orange?
Yeah.
Second of all, like I use
yellow is Latin King.
Yellow, but I think orange.
I think orange is pretty neutral
for the most part.
And you're not a gang member.
Yeah, and get this, I can show you the snot that shows that I've used this all day, and
I've had so many
people
tell me that they're all like, "Oh, you got a red flag. You're flying a red Bloods flag, huh?" And I'm like, "Nah, I'm just a Niner fan, and it matches my outfit, and I get sweaty.
Yeah, that is
the summertime, and
I think of the.
I don't want to ruin my hats, so I like always make sure they're dry, like."
The use of gangs' use of sports logos was something as a kid that was always told to me, like, oh, when you go to a concert in Deep Ellum, don't be wearing any kind of team, and I'd just be like,
that guy, the Bulls logo.
That's a pretty big one.
That's a pretty big one, and it's actually being used per law, and now Supreme Court says you can actually pull someone over and check their immigration status.
I think the Real Madrid one is also fairly tied in with one of them or the other. But no, so he kicks this guy out, and there's a dispute, and the guy leaves. The girl stays and argues with Josh. Bro. So then he finally tells her, like, look, you got to go. I'm going to empty the trash. Like, I'm closing the bar in 20 minutes anyway. Yeah. It's almost 2. Like, y'all just need to go home, right? So he goes around back, starts gathering the trash, and as he's picking up a bag just from the side, just pop, got him one time. And then of course went MMA on top of him, just kind of like Rampage Jackson's kid, kind of like that. Like, it broke his jaw, had to have surgery, still got his mouth wired shut like Kanye.
Did they find the guy?
There are developments.
There's developments.
I don't want to.
Can't say anything.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's all on camera.
It's
so stupid. So stupid.
I've gotten, kicking people out and then them coming back and aggravating the situation, especially with like gunplay or stuff. Like, I was like, hey, this isn't the first time I had a gun pulled on me. Like, I was like,
how many times would that be?
Nah, we won't go there.
The number's 2 for me.
You got 2? Yeah, I mean, I got shot with a rock salt gun.
Ooh.
Picking mushrooms in Louisiana, allegedly. But, yeah, like, I was just like, man, I'm just going to close the door and lock it. Like, what are you going to do? I'm like, shoot through the window, shoot at people. I was like, you're literally asking to go to jail. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to fight you. I was like, I'm sober. You're pissed drunk.
That's right.
I was like, I weigh about 150 more pounds than you and about a foot taller than you.
So again,
I was like, the odds aren't in your favor, man.
Unless unless
you get snuck, and like that's the key. Always I always have my back on the wall, like being in the bud. Like I guarantee your friend is going to be much more aware of his surroundings.
Yeah, what's the 0 line? I'm just going to keep my back on the wall and leave the dancing to y'all.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like I'm cool over here. I was like, I see the exits, and like I'm so in tune just because we're tall people. We can
that helps
see
a lot.
above.
Seeing over,
I can see when someone's getting pissed off from across the room. I can see 3 people merging.
And
I used to be able to be like, oh, here we go, get on the microphone when I worked at clubs or something. And be like, all right, man, converge on the outside dance floor.
Yeah, we got some action. We potentially got something. My buddy is not as fortunate in those means. He's a CrossFit MMA bowling ball looking guy.
Oh, yes.
So didn't have the high visibility. And of course, I mean, the dude came at him from behind. So
there's nothing you can do in that situation.
No, and it was good though. It was good to see. It was the first time I've seen him since.
Did he still have all the hardware?
Still had the hardware, but he can drink. So he had a beer,
that's all that can matter.
He said,
"We're good, baby."
It's been nothing but smoothies and soup for 3 weeks. Which
I bet he lost some weight.
That was his biggest concern was all of the gains he's lost.
All the gains. He's like, how do I get this protein in?
That's exactly what it was. So I was asking, he was like, what are you doing? Creatine shakes? He's like, well, I just was able to. Like, they just let me start doing them again. I was like, God. Like, God bless y'all that take, obviously, looking at this table, it's not nearly as much.
A lot of protein in my milkshake.
Not as worried about
that gets my stomach all upset just thinking of milkshakes.
Yeah, not as worried about the physique of my day-to-day appearance. But yeah, shout out Josh. It was really, really good to see, especially just some, like a bar manager is just a social person to begin with.
Yeah.
So like
a good bar manager.
Correct. Yeah, and Josh is definitely that. But the outside of the physical pain of all of that, just being basically sequestered for almost a month now, away from everybody. That was what he was saying was really.
You can find some peace in that, but you definitely get bored.
I think you'd get bored, especially if
bored. I used to always take a month off, like from going out just around August and after my birthday, and it's just like I don't need any of this, But like. I didn't make my money there, so
yeah. You take a month off, you don't have to worry.
I still got to see people, but man, Josh, that sucks that happened to you, man. Get well, get good.
Yeah, the good thing is he is on the upswing. I've got to know we don't hear about LG's weekend enough in these weekend recaps, and I know this one might be one that I have to take a little bit of blame for. How
LG, how was your weekend, sir?
How was your weekend, LG?
Yeah, spent it on the couch doing nothing. I watched almost the whole first season of X-Files.
Oh, very nice.
Yep. That's a 24 episoder, right?
I don't know. I'm on like 18 or 19 right now, I think. Yeah. So I don't know how long they make those those seasons, but my back was in pain, and I had a cold and a cough and flu-like symptoms. And,
He was a little more of an a-hole than usual.
Yeah,
I was calling him and being like, "We need to do this." He's like,
"Not now, chief."
And I'm like, just send me a picture of these microphones.
You're lucky I answered, because there's a bunch of people I probably still haven't called back yet.
Yeah, I'm surprised you got an answer out of it. How bad? When did when did it start to consume your body?
Friday.
Okay. Yeah. God.
Consume your
There's
body.
nothing worse than starting to get sick on a Friday, too.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man.
Well, it might have been you, but I was also working in a school environment the last week.
Get
as well.
out of here. It was the school.
I'm
Those
off the hook.
Dirty hippies.
You're working in a petri dish.
Yeah.
Is it a young person's
No,
school?
it's adults.
You're not allowed in those
It's
anymore.
adults, but it's
Yeah.
public. It's a lot of people.
Didn't you get
I'm
banned
allowed.
from elementary schools?
Yeah, so it's all been sealed.
NDA.
When my mom was still an elementary school teacher, every time I whenever I was in college, I'd come back to
go see
my
her?
hometown and I'd go see her. Every time I would sign in because it was, of course, schools locked down now, all of that. So I'd have to, even though it's Glen Rose, tiny town, less than 3,000 people.
My grandfather's the judge.
Yeah, my grandma was the school nurse there for decades. All of that, they wouldn't let me just walk in and go to her room, and I'd always have to sign in.
No.
So every single time I would sign in as a former dictator. It was like either Joseph Stalin or Pol Pot. I never went full German with it, but you could get away with a lot of the other ones, and then eventually someone in the office caught on to it, and my mom very angrily asked me one time if I was responsible.
When he went Mussolini, they caught on
That was probably the final line that they decided, no, we've got to put a stop to this. Well, what about you? You got anything from the weekend?
Yeah, let's go ahead before I get anger of today's outing. Give me a minute to talk about my Yankees. We have been rolling up on the Blue Jays and steering away from the Red Sox, even though they're right on our heels. We took 2 out of 3 out of Toronto over the weekend with one Matt Scherzer tipping his pitches and then getting mad that Judge was sitting there letting the people know, that's a breaking ball.
Yeah.
But when you throw 4 breaking balls in a row, I don't think you need to tip the pitch anymore. You know you're going to get a breaker. But yeah, it's all part of the game. There's no electronics. There's no banging trash cans. There's no buzzers. Yeah, you were wearing a buzzer, Altuve. I know you were. All right. Anyway, we took 2 out of 3 from Astros as well. And we got more coming up with Toronto. No, not Toronto. Who's it? Detroit just mud stomping our ass right now. God, man, we were doing so good until our bullpen. And, I got yelled at last time for watching the game and the bullpen blowing it last time.
Look, I am not above admitting when I am wrong. I probably shouldn't have dropped an F-bomb at you as you were massively distracted because Rangers are
3-3 game.
Rangers are tied with it. Look, I might or might not be watching every inning of Rangers baseball again after the recent run they've been on. You talk about the Yankees taking 2 of 3 from the Astros.
Nah.
Rangers also took 2 of 3 from the Astros over the weekend.
I love it. And also, man, you know what we need? We got to help me out. Fantasy Football League, we need some kind of theme that we will not break, music restrictions or something like that, copyright restrictions. We need to have a little.
I'm glad you said this. We are soliciting. I want some bed music, and my buddy Josh, he's in a band. And I was talking because his whole band was there for the benefit.
Maybe like a keyboard guitar.
We're working on some ideas.
Something.
Yeah, we're working. I'm going to try to get them to make us some bed music. But anybody out there, anybody listening, definitely, if you've got some musical talent, send us some bed music.
Let's go ahead and do the recap of the week. Starting with the Captain Cream's competition, got his revenge over one Eli's Ubers for stealing some of his picks. Gotcha, Eli. 114 to 100. I'm not going to say the points unless we get really close. And then one King Henry of the Hamptons. Ivan took one from his friend Sergio Papayas FC with a 156-116 domination. Then we go ahead and get the wild card out of AZ. Lonnie took a close one, low score, 106 to 90 from Teen Momentumers 83. I do love that name. And then, of course, Puma, who is the worst manager as well. And thank you, Zeb. I saw the $1.99 donation on Super Chat.
Oh, thank you, Zeb.
You are the only one who's going to be managing that team. Just know that. Do not rely on this guy for anything.
I got a funny. I got a funny one for you there.
So Puma's posse squeaked one out, 100 to 82 against Tulsa State Fair Skyride.
Did you say someone scored 156?
Yeah, that is one Ivan. Because guess what, Derrick Henry.
Okay.
Went off on him. Yeah, he's got
King Henry.
Yeah, he's been riding high. I've been hearing a lot from him, and I kind of just need to ignore him right now. But then the AI overlords with the chat tizzle took one over against James Gang, 123 to 104, and rounding it off is DeBrickasol Ferguson with a 127 stomping over Adolf Oliver Bush. Still want to know what that name means with an 85. That is our weekend recap, sir.
Still want to know what that name means. Are we doing a bit there?
I don't know what it means. With Adolf Oliver.
Say it slow.
Adolf.
Adolf. All over. I swear to God, I thought you've been doing a bit.
No. I've not been doing a bit, man.
LG, you obviously got that.
Did you get that, LG?
Had to have.
No way.
I feel like.
Yeah, see, he didn't know it either.
I feel like that.
I thought you never said anything. I was like, I'm really like, what does that mean?
No, because I thought it was hilarious that you were doing. It was like a Chris Berman, trying to figure out what that name means.
Right over the head, man.
Circle the wagons in Buffalo. So I did see. Speaking of my fantasy. First of all, I saw it was the first week in years, 20-something years, that there hasn't been a player score 30 points or more. Yeah. So, scoring was down all the way across the board.
That usually happens at the first 2 weeks, the ramping up. That's when everybody starts throwing out crazy trades and all that kind of stuff. I got my first crazy trade today, trying to get Rashee Rice for me for what? Who was it? The Rook.
That feels a little early.
It was. I don't know. It wasn't even good. Oh, Golden from the UT guy from.
Oh, from the Packers.
Yeah. I'm like, nah, get out of that.
I might have absolutely forgot all about my team until
I know you did.
So Sunday night,
like I said,
Zeb. Yeah, way to go, Zeb. Well, first of all. Zeb, you might actually be under some scrutiny because the first overall pick in the draft didn't even score 5 points.
You know how much Jamar Chase effed me up all over my
other leagues.
I have 3 different teams.
I saw that was
I lost one by 1.5 points because of Jamar.
And that's why the athletes hate fantasy football.
Yeah.
Because guess what happened? The Bengals are 1-0. That's all that matters.
First time they won, they were 1-9 in the first 2 games of the season under Joe Burrow.
It was almost 1-10. We'll talk about that in the main segment. Yeah, I saw that was the biggest headline I saw from the fantasy weekend. Jamar Chase.
Fantasy brought to you by Judge
Wapner's root beer.
No caffeine in this.
Looking at the rest of the matchups, though, I was Sunday night. I'm at the benefit with my buddies. They're all talking fantasy football, and one of them says, "Hey, I heard on the show you're actually doing a team with a guy. How'd y'all do this week?" And I just stood there in silence of the initial panic of oh crap! Did we set lineups? Was I supposed to do anything? Zeb luckily had everything covered.
Has he made you a co-manager yet, where you can actually do things?
So I can't. Yes, but that makes me nervous now too, because I don't know if we both have to
Zeb, I am a ruthless fantasy player. I'm gonna put some things in his ear about 2:00 at night when I know he's little.
Yeah, that's when.
And it's gonna be right around Saturday night when I do this, and he might change the lineup on you.
Yeah, that's what
you gotta let the Puma crawl.
The
Puma's got a stalk here.
Look, if you remember, you remember halfway through the year last year where all of a sudden Zeke was starting again.
Yeah. See, you would have put him in.
You got to let Jerry sometimes, and that's going to happen. No, so they asked me about it, and I completely panicked. So I'm scrambling on my phone. I'm trying to pull it up, and I see that Tulsa State Fair Skyride is smoking us. I mean, and we've only scored like 78, 79 points. And so then I'm looking at the lineup, and I'm like, oh, God, Jamar Chase, he was terrible. I forgot he was on my team. That's not good. And I'm looking at, I've got no one that has scored more than like 15 points except Jalen Hurts. Buddy, I forgot I had 2 people playing Monday night.
Yeah.
So I'm like panicking, and I'm down, I'm out. And then Monday, when I was like, wait, I think Zeb drafted Swift. Like, I think I have Swift. And it was like,
Swift.
Wait, I think I have Jones. I think I have Aaron Jones, too. So, crisis averted. We are 1-0, which, again, like Jones. Jamar Chase and the Bengals, that's all that matters. 1-0.
The Bengals. I love someone even said that in the chat. The Bengals? What is a Bengal?
We don't have – you and I don't match up to, like, week 8 or something, right? Didn't we look at that? Okay. Well, so – we'll
no one tell him there's 2 games on Monday, so he really freaks out.
Oh, we get a Monday doubleheader next week?
Yes, sir.
Oh.
Yep.
I'm kind of against the Monday doubleheader.
Usually it's like the first week, and that's why I was like, why is it week 2? But it's because they did the Brazil.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, before we get into NFL talk, I do want to mention a little bit of the college football weekend. We had mentioned it was on paper a way less exciting weekend matchup wise, but
everybody got the wins that they're supposed to win.
I don't think
Alabama
except
came
for
back,
Florida.
Except for
Florida, the only one that really.
But I think
really
I think they overperformed last week, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I think Billy Napier is still their head coach. I mean, I think that's probably your first sign. And UCF is actually, I mean, they're beyond a middle tier American team this year. They're actually, I think they probably will stay in the top 25 most of the year, even through the conference schedule. But mentioned the Oklahoma State thrashing. We had, what was it, four teams in the top 25 score 70 or more points. Yeah. I mean, just something ridiculous. It
didn't help that Gundy started being like, playing out of conference game. Coaches are talking about the NIL money being more on par with what we're spending and stuff like that. And it's like, oh, God, Gundy, do not go old man on me right now.
Gundy.
Change with the times, man.
See, and that's the thing.
Do we need Chuba Hubbard to come over there and tell you that Newsmax is a racist place?
No, he wasn't Newsmax. He was the other one.
Yeah,
he was OAN. Yeah. He was real Patriot News.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You either have to be Nick Saban and just say, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this. This isn't what I want to do, and you walk away, or you have to be someone who embraces it.
Even though Gundy is overperformed in there is never a 5-star recruit that walks through those doors at OSU.
No, God, no.
Oklahoma State.
No.
So for him to coach up, 2 and 3 stars to where we're always having a winning season and somehow we're always in the mix for the Big 12 championship, but when we do the old poke choke, he's a good coach. You know what I'm saying? Like,
the problem is now he's losing those 2 and 3 star guys to programs like
because of the money. But where's
TCU, Baylor, SMU?
We gotta have an oil man. We had T. Boone Pickens.
Yeah,
is there another oil man that we can get some money from?
I mean, like Tech has their Cody Campbell, the former player who's now funding everything for them. It does surprise me that there's not some Oklahoma State alum that has deep oil money still.
You know what really killed us?
Also, I think if y'all just got rid of Gundy, you might find some oil money. You might find someone who's like, oh wait, we're actually making changes. I'll
Should've
put my
stuck
money
to your
there.
guns on that OA inch.
Yeah. 1,028 points scored.
Jesus.
On Saturday in college football. And somehow, randomly, I always love it when numbers fall like this. 1,028 points scored is the second most scored in a single day in college football in the AP poll era. So we're talking college football dating back to 1936. It's the second most points scored in a single day. The record, 1 point more. 1,029.
Oh my God!
So like we were 1 point shy,
1 point away from a record
of having the most points scored, which is always. I didn't see what year that was.
That would have been good. That would have been a good little shtick.
Mentioned. Texas won, beat San Jose State, but really a 5-minute stretch where they scored 4 touchdowns and blow the game wide open. 5-minute stretch in the second quarter. They're still Texas is still a ways away from being, I think, ready for their SEC schedule.
Yeah. Arch has still he's got to polish up, man.
What do you think? Have you been keeping tabs at all on the conspiracy of potential injury, that he's battling some kind of shoulder issue because he keeps doing this between plays and adjusting his shoulder pads, and it looks like he's working something. He's grimacing.
I haven't heard that, so now I'm going to be watching for it.
The Austin media.
But why would they? It seems like he's a Manning. They would shut him down.
That's where I think there's.
That would have been like, we're not going to risk it.
It's weird because I mean, seeing the mannerisms during the game, it is kind of weird, and I think it does validate the questions being asked, like they were asked.
He's like overthrowing those deep balls.
It's something, or clearly something, or maybe it's just the aggravation. Maybe it's just a nervous tick, and then the grimacing is that was a bad throw, and I
hated the straps underneath my armpits.
Yeah, maybe they're just chafing him, rubbing him raw. Yeah. Who knows? They asked Sark about it yesterday. Fair. Asked Sark about it yesterday, and he had a weird response of like, why are you talking about my guy's facial expression? I don't follow you to the bathroom to see what faces you make.
We're not watching him in the bathroom, bro.
It was very weird.
What are you talking? Man,
it was a very weird.
Now I think there is something wrong. He's overcompensating, dude.
Exactly. It's like,
why are you watching him in the bathroom, bro?
Yeah, like I think a lot of people in positions of power could just take notes from when you do certain things. It just makes people wonder.
You brought more attention to it.
Maybe there is a conspiracy.
Just be like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, like I got nothing for it. I haven't seen it.
I don't know what you're talking about, but why are you talking about it?
Right,
exactly. Why are you looking at me? Something wrong?
See, that
do something?
It seems like Sark has a little bit of that going on right now, but still got the win against San Jose State.
Yeah.
UTEP this weekend coming to town.
We had the UTSA rivalry this week. How did that turn out? I did not get to watch it.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you this: I made some decent money on parking. The tailgate scene was the highlight of the day, unfortunately.
Oh man!
And it was also probably the only portion of the day a lot of those people remember, judging by some of the
some intoxication.
Dude,
I can always imagine someone falling because you got to go down the stairs where they tailgate. You got to go down the stairs.
A little bit of a hike.
I'm like, man, there's going to be somebody stumbling and falling all down these concrete stairs. Like, sober, I struggle on those stairs.
Yeah, it's not fun. Yeah. No, it was UTSA. There it is.
There it is, Lawrence.
That's a new record. It took 53 minutes to get there. UTSA's secondary gave up way, way, way too many big plays. I mean, Robert Henry, the running back, is an absolute stud, chain mover. UTSA had no issue moving the ball on offense. They couldn't slow down the white boy triumphant from Texas State between Sparks and Perry and Jackson, the Reagan kid.
So our team is a young team. Do we have some seniors and juniors coming back?
Well, I'll tell you, Texas State has a young team. UTSA, it's a young team. It's kind of a bridge of roster of guys that Traylor initially recruited 2-3 years ago that are now stepping in to more prominent positions.
To leadership roles.
Yeah, and they've had some transfers out of the program because UTSA just doesn't have the money to retain guys when they do pop. At the mid-major level, they've been plucked.
I know we're trying to hold on to Trailer for dear life right now.
Yeah, I think the conversation, because of course with it being hate week rivalry, I-35, Texas State, UTSA, a lot of the pieces that I was seeing coming out of the game is GJ Kinney and Texas State have officially Trailer passed the torch to his protege, GJ Kinney, and because they have
used to coach under.
Yeah, they have connections from back in high school. Trailer,
that's a pretty good drama right there.
And Kinney was at UIW, who UTSA plays this week now, trying to get their first win of the season. I think that is a bit overblown. There's no arguing the fact that Texas State whipped their ass last year, and then they came into the Dome and had a dramatic win this year. I don't think Texas State moving to the whatever the Pac-12 is now, if we even still
are they in the Pac-12? Whatever the Pac is,
they're making the move with the teams like Fresno State, Utah State.
Is USC going to stick around?
Oh, they're Big Ten already.
They're Big Ten. I was about to say, because I know Oregon was Big Ten. I forgot about that while they were mud stomping us.
Oh, it's so weird. Oregon and Rutgers, Eugene, Oregon, and New Jersey are now a Big Ten game. It's so unstable, untenable. The only heritage teams are Washington State and Oregon State.
Okay.
And then they're not even getting to 12. I think they're only getting to 8. To starting next year.
Pac-8.
It's weird.
Rolls off the tongue.
Exactly. I don't know how you compare whatever that conference is next year to it's definitely. I think it's definitely better than the Sun Belt. I don't know how much better it is than the American, where UTSA is. I mean, it feels like it's basically the Mountain West plus Washington State and Oregon State. Yeah. So I guess that's an upgrade over.
What they're trying to do on the West Coast is just bring the eyes from the East Coast to see the teams, because that was the biggest gripe of why they never win. Oregon quarterbacks would never win Heismans or anything like that. Because it's
East Coast bias.
Yeah, the East Coast bias is because they play so late. Their games start at 9:00 on a Saturday. East Coast writers aren't even watching them in real time. Or
Pac-12
like
after dark was so great, though.
Yeah, I loved it, man. Back when USC was actually good, and isn't Cliff Kingsbury? Not Cliff Kingsbury. That D-bag from Oklahoma. Isn't he still coaching there?
What do Oklahoma fans call him? TBOW.
I don't know. Tebow?
Lincoln Riley.
Oh, Lincoln Riley.
TBOW.
Yeah.
That bitch out west.
Oh.
That's what Oklahoma fans call him now.
They took Caleb Williams from us, and look what they did to him.
Yeah, they USC. Well, Lincoln.
I've heard a lot of going to the Bedlam, the last few Bedlam games. Whenever there wasn't, I heard a lot of Caleb Williams hate, dude.
I would imagine. Yeah, I would imagine. I mean, again, thinking about where UTSA goes from here. I mean, they lose a game against A&M to open the season. Where
we go from
probably
here
should have
lost. Their own stadium, not the freaking Alamo.
Oh man, I couldn't disagree more. That's only the third game Trailer's ever lost in the Dome. The Dome is such a home field advantage.
Really, man, I just hate that. It's just.
I understand.
It needs an upgrade.
It does.
The seats are it reminds me of my high school gym.
I just think there's first of all, what were we talking about? UTSA, two offensive coordinators, two former UTSA offensive coordinators are coordinators for top 10 teams right now because UTSA didn't have the money to keep them.
Yeah.
They lose players because they don't have the NIL money. the baseball program that actually is making noise in NCAA tournament doesn't have near. I mean, it's lower than a AA quality baseball field. It's like a high school level. It's not good. So I think the conversation, when you think of it as the overall pie of money, it would just take so many resources to build an on-campus stadium when you already have the dome, you have a home field advantage because of the dome. I don't see any world where they end up spending money at this point on a stadium anytime soon.
Wouldn't Project Marvel, aren't they going to upgrade the dome at that time?
It's part of the third phase of it. They want to build that land bridge across 37, connect where the Spurs Arena will be with the Alamo Dome. And the renderings make it look like they want to turn it into Hard Rock Stadium, like the Dolphins Stadium.
Yeah, where they kind of have the hole in the center.
Right, exactly.
So they actually let light in.
I think theirs would be they want to do like a glass, so it would still be covered all year, but it would be at least natural light open. Yeah. I don't know. I think
maybe get some natural grass in there.
Huh?
Hey, buddy.
Maybe we could get some FIFA games again.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I was like, get us a proper FC team, not like a MLS team. I meant.
Yeah, I'd be more. I've been covering my mouth a lot this episode. I'd be talking with Liga MX. See if you can't convince Mexico to give you a team to be in San Antonio.
The Canada of the United States.
Exactly, yeah. If MLS can do it with Canadian teams, why can't Liga MX MX do it with San Antonio? No, I think UTSA, you could argue they shouldn't have won the A&M game. Their defense didn't play well enough to win against Texas State, but that's a game they were right in. You beat UIW in a convincing manner, and then you're rolling into conference play as, I think, third best odds to win the conference. So you're still looking at potentially say you lose one conference game. That's a 9-3 season. I mean, let's not get spoiled on what this is. Like
the one time we almost went undefeated.
Right. Yeah, I think that changes.
That's not going to happen every year.
Exactly. And also, let's all be very, very honest. Owen McCown is great. He is a great college quarterback. He's a great prospect to continue to develop and grow. He's not Frank Harris. Yeah. Frank's ability to win games like that, like the Texas State game on Saturday, that's a game where just Frank and Cardenas, the giant tight end, end up having a great catch on a game-winning drive, and we all just act like that is what UTSA football is expected to do.
We're supposed to expect. We're supposed to win at the end of the game,
right? And
miraculously,
Texas State is also that's not a fluke.
Miraculously,
Texas State. There you go. Texas State is going to absolutely make noise in the Sun Belt as well. I mean, ideally, it'd be awesome to see both of them win their conference still. It's a weird.
I would like to go into the conference with Texas State. Like, I think Texas State and UTSA need to be in the same conference, just like Oklahoma and Oklahoma State. Yes,
I would love if eventually the Pac-12 paid the buyouts for UTSA, Memphis, Tulane, and one other team.
Yeah.
Take all of them to the Pac-12. And then you are unquestionably the best of the rest.
Yeah, the conference of misfits.
Yeah, it would be a little misfitty for sure to see
the wild card that ever goes into the playoffs every year.
Yeah, to see Memphis play Oregon State in a conference game would be quite unstable. But what part of college football?
But then Memphis has a huge city. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of these places,
decent TV market.
You're gonna have people show up. You know what I'm saying? You can sell the games because that's like, Memphis doesn't have anything else besides the Grizzlies.
Yeah, and even that, they're Grizzlies trading away second best, third best players. LG, do you have that clip from the border war? Missouri, Kansas is always one of those sneaky. Like, it's way more of a kind of like Farmageddon, like Kansas State, Iowa State. Like, they
get up for that game
big time. It's way more. I think for the casual college football fan, it's not a rivalry you think of. But if you live in Kansas or Missouri, that is the rival you think of. Like
we got to beat those.
Like I think Kansas might get more up playing Missouri than they do Kansas State. Maybe a Kansas fan could correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like the border war.
I mean, look at Texas and Oklahoma, man. The A&M wasn't the game; it was the Red River rivalry every year.
Right? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Very, very much so. Yeah. The A&M game was always more tradition and the old let's get nostalgic about what used to be. Texas OU would determine playoff spot or BCS rankings or whatever for the most part of those years. No, this video is from apparently Missouri does a bit where pick a random fan, they come onto the field, they have a chance to kick a 40-yard field goal. But if they make it, they win $25,000.
Oh,
so
cash money, baby.
Yeah, the Missouri fan that was chosen for this.
I'm getting my headband on. I'm stretching.
You're not going.
Stretching.
It's a very interesting setup because again, it's a 40-yard field goal.
Yeah.
And the guy they chose first of all is an amputee.
Oh, you asshole. Try to go PG.
So I'm trying to figure out.
Wait a minute, with one arm or one leg?
One leg, but he's got a metal leg.
Let's go with it, baby.
So I'm trying. I've
seen him do a lot more.
Sure. Well, what Dempsey had, he's half a foot and then set the field goal record. So I'm trying to figure out if Missouri knew he was gonna do a bit here, but you can kind of see already. He's in the white shirt.
Yeah.
He's got a metal leg. And underneath his white shirt, he's going to lift it, and it says FKU.
FKU.
Kansas. And Kansas University. So he's lifting his shirt up, showing the Kansas fans. Go ahead and roll it, LJ.
Riling them up.
He just kicks it right into the Kansas sideline.
That's what he did?
Yes. He lifts his shirt, and his chest says FKU.
I was wondering what he did because I was like, man.
Yeah, watch it again. Yeah, he just turned and kicked it at the Kansas sideline as they're all over there huddled up. College football is the best. College football.
What are you going to do, beat up the cripple?
What do you... Do something about it.
Beat his crippled ass.
Well, yeah, you would, but
I'm an equal opportunist, man.
Yeah, I was about to say there's no lines.
In the word of Charlie Murphy, what was it? The old clip. It was never on the show. It was I sent you this clip where he's out with his brother and this amputee from football was like, F Eddie Murphy, I got money, blah, blah, blah. And Charlie Murphy go over there, and he's like, I'm going to tip your chair over if you don't shut the F up. And he's all like, and I was like, I ain't playing. And Eddie Murphy's like, man, that was he didn't really need to do that. He ain't talking now, is he?
Well, hard to argue with results sometimes. Yeah, so the way I saw that initially, it was just a reporter on scene had tweeted out what the guy did. So in my head, I don't know what I'm imagining, but the reporter never mentioned the metal leg, never mentioned the fact that all the tweet was basically Missouri student just kicked the ball into the Kansas sideline. So like every piece of information that I learned as it went along is like, oh my God, this just keeps getting better and better.
He said, I don't care about your 25,000.
Yeah, no,
do they tell them before? They got to tell them before. Is it like the day of or the day before, where it's like you get 1 day to practice, like the old Hank Hill thing with Roger Staubach, and why didn't he take off the coat? Well, Hank, I live up in northern Kansas, and I've been practicing not throwing my coat on the whole time. I didn't want to throw off anything. Oh, I'm so sorry, Roger Staubach.
I would assume it's just you're selected at the game.
Yeah.
That would be my guess.
Yeah, I think those little raffle things.
Exactly, yeah.
And they find you in the...
And then they call your name.
I'm still drinking this.
Yeah, how is it? It looks a little flat.
You tell Wapner that.
Yeah, I do love a good craft root beer, but that one looks more like a bit than anything else. Well, let's get into some NFL talk here for the rest of the show because got to talk. We haven't spoke since the Cowboys lost the season opener up in Philly, 24-20 last Thursday night.
What a game for them to steal, bro.
Covered that 9-point spread.
Yeah. I was like, well, when you lose your nose tackle in the beginning of the game, which, Dak being the little instigator he was.
That's that Mississippi State psychology degree working for you.
He's like, what you going to do about it?
Yeah.
What you going to do about it?
Look,
So, I didn't want to hit my guys, so I spat in between them towards the nose tackle that's staring right at me.
Oh, it was absolute gamesmanship, and it worked. Dak didn't want Jalen Carter laying on top of him all night because he knew that's what was going to happen.
He's like, I just opened up our run game,
yeah,
sir.
1,000%. And we're going to talk some winners, losers here in a second.
Yeah.
Definitely opened up that run game for Javonte Williams. Yeah, the Jalen Carter, we now learned today the NFL is calling it a one-game suspension, but saying – because he technically didn't play a snap,
they're going to
They're going to call that the one-game suspension, and they docked him a game check, but he's still on his rookie deal, so that was like $57,000, something like that.
That's still a lot of money.
Oh, it's still a lot of money, but
he's going to get a lot more.
As I'm about to say, he is close to. He's going to be getting.
He's going to get like 20, 30.
Yeah, not quite Micah edge rush money, but he'll be the highest paid defensive tackle for sure before too long. It's a weird – I think most years the response from Cowboys fans after that game would be, well, more of the same. They're still the Cowboys. That's what they do.
Dak looked better this year, beginning of this year, than he did last year. He's run – that play he made to stop the walk-in touchdown.
Oh, the tackle, save the tackle after the Miles Sanders fumble.
That was, Roethlisberger-esque, when Jerome Bettis fumbled it on the 1 yard line.
Well, and that was the last play before the delay, too, I think.
The Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
That was the Super Bowl.
The Roethlisberger one.
I mean, he wouldn't have done that last year, so it seems like you got a rejuvenized Dak. Pickens, a little bit of a non-factor. CD, I have in one of my leagues, could have just went ham, but Mr. Stonehands over there.
Is that the worst 100-yard receiving game you've ever seen?
Yeah.
It's got to be, right?
Yeah, and then one of it was just one catch was the 50-yarders. So we're talking football here, not baseball, so focus. I'm just kidding.
What happened?
I'm just messing with you. Oh, man. But he dropped 3 balls at the end of the game that he definitely should have caught. And that would have changed the outcome. And I would love to have seen a freaking passing attack from the Eagles. Anything.
Yeah. Now,
anything.
I do think that is the gift and the curse of Jalen Hurts because his ability to, despite not seeing the passing game open up, not seeing A.J. Brown being targeted a whole lot, despite all of that,
Devontae Smith got 1 ball, 2 balls.
But also their offense never really felt like it was like when they when 3rd and 6, when they actually would get into a 3rd and long, Jalen was getting it with his legs. So it feels like there's some level of, week 1, let's just get the win, do what we have to get the win. And also, I also don't think it can be discounted that offensive coordinator making his debut, first time he's calling plays. Kellen Moore, offensive coordinator last year, that offense was so good, that's why he's head coach of the Saints now.
Do you think they're letting Jalen off the leash to make his own audibles at the line? Or do you think he's still heavy on the leash?
I would think I'd have to go back and actually look
because I wasn't seeing a lot of. I was just seeing plays being run, and that's where I'm just like, I don't think he's off the leash, and I'm like, you got to if Jalen's gonna make that step to an elite quarterback, to be the top tier and stuff like that, he's got to have the power to be like, I see something.
I think potentially another side of that or another part of that. The Cowboys didn't run. I think the only time they were in man coverage, Eagles were running the ball. And they didn't so he didn't audible. He didn't really see a whole lot of pre-snap keys that would lead to audible.
But didn't Dallas, they rushed the ball, they blitzed?
Not until that didn't pick up until
the second half.
The second half, yeah. There was that was
more because the first half just went by so fast.
Yeah. Oh, it was. Yeah. I mean, no punts, no turnovers. It looked like until the delay, it looked like it was going to be the fastest game potentially of all season.
Running the ball, the clock constantly going down, no drops, no anything, and I was just like, how fast? I was like, what time is it when it was halftime? Because I swear I was like, man, that was like 45 minutes. But
it felt like it.
Yeah. But that was a game they definitely let get away. They could have. They cowboyed. The Cowboys cowboyed. And
okay, so speaking of that, the Cowboys cowboying, and that's the same old Cowboys. I haven't been hearing as much of that. There's been a lot more of the
positive talk,
the moral victory aspect of, hey, look, we didn't get our pants pulled down on national TV. Shoddy ran more. If the amount of pre-snap motion that Shoddy ran, the Cowboys ran Thursday, if they just average that same amount throughout the whole year, they'll be top 5 in the league in pre-snap motion. Last couple of years under McCarthy, they were bottom 5. Yeah. So, I think there's a lot of...
That's right. They did have a lot more pre-snap motion on that.
They didn't have much of a pass rush.
No.
Probably instantly see the effects of not having a game wrecker like Micah Parsons. On the field. That's right. Michael Parsons. Sorry, Jerry. But I think the foundational takeaways are leading a lot of Cowboys fans to go the more moral victory route.
Which don't
conclusion.
They ran Javonte like they just got like the other team just lost their starting nose tackle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which they did.
That's correct.
They totally threw away the game plan and was like, wow, Jalen Carter's not in there. Well, let's pound the rock up the middle with Javonte and see what happens. Oh, an 8-yard gain. So let's just keep doing this.
Something Shoddy has spoken in depth about throughout training camp is that he specifically referenced his dad like he does in every single interview. I get it. But, Shoddy ball with his dad, Marty, it was always run the ball, be physical, play defense, and and then build off of that with play action. So I do think if Javonte first of all, if Javonte Williams has that for 17 games, that'll be a miracle.
That would be a miracle.
I don't think that is.
Javonte Williams is going to be heavily picked up on the waiver wire and slotted in a lot of people's fantasy leagues next week. He ain't getting the same Javonte. I put money on that one.
Well, it's a bad matchup next week against that Giants defensive front.
Yeah.
That's really bad. But I do believe the Cowboys are going to force the run game. And let's talk about some winners and losers, because it ties into everything we're saying. You mentioned Dak looked great. I had Dak as a winner, absolutely. If Ferguson catches that touchdown ball across the middle, you've got to catch that. You know you're going to get lit up. Might as well catch it, because that's all the Eagles.
That was a hard hit, though.
It was, but it couldn't have thrown the ball any better. I mean, it was perfectly thrown ball. And then the CD drops. 4th one where he's diving out at the very end. That's a drop for CD just because he's that good. But
if you want to be the top 3 receiver,
right?
Like that was remind me of last year before Ayuk got hurt. Like it was this first game back, and it was he had to lay out a little bit, but you wanted that money, right? You wanted to be that number 1 guy,
and game on the line.
Yeah,
you got to make that.
Yeah.
The drop on the middle seam route where I think it was it Tolbert that ran his route into CD's route a little bit, but still hit CD just perfectly in stride in the numbers.
There's a little confusion there.
A little confusion, but still very catchable ball. I mean, the Dak, if that's the version of Dak you get all season, there's no reason to say this isn't a team that covers the over-under win total, 7.5. I think that's a 9-win performance, 9-win team.
Especially as bad as the Giants looked until they put Jackson Dart in there. And did you see old buddy and Russell Wilson getting into it on the sideline?
Which part?
Oh, like the coach and Russell Wilson.
I saw Leak Neighbors and coach and Dabble, and then I saw Dabble try to give him the high five. Like, no, we're good, man, right? And then Malik had
Tom Brady him.
wanted no part of that. But I would say Javonte Williams a winner. Javonte Williams 2 years removed
by default
from the ACL surgery. Well, I mean, you can't. It's a very NFL start to the season where we see the Eagles have a guy his knee blown out on the kickoff, and then a player ejected before the first snap of the game like that. What do you want Javonte Williams to do? They were fighting. He didn't fumble the ball like Miles Sanders did. All Javonte Williams did was show that he clearly is the number one amongst a below average running back.
Two rushing yards from Blue, or one, or was he out the whole game?
I don't think he. I
know he got put us out afterwards, but I don't know if he had like one play or not. But yeah, Javonte.
He didn't get he was a healthy scratch.
Yeah, Javonte definitely.
So was Mozzie, which is that's about as low on the totem pole as you can be.
Yeah, so Javonte is the guy for now, but I don't put a lot of stock in it whenever your starting nose tackle from a world championship team goes out.
Sure. I think, but also in a league where every single week someone, I mean, your team's already dealing with injuries. There's going to be guys missing every single week, and you've still got to you still got to perform, and that's you at least give him credit for that. Yeah. Another winner though, tied into that run game performance, first round pick Tyler Booker. I thought he for an offensive lineman making his NFL debut.
I wasn't really focusing on him.
The offensive line, the Cowboys.
Was he right or left?
Right guard.
Right guard. Okay.
Cowboys are going to have – they were doing some interesting stuff with the offensive line.
I mean, they were running it up the middle
and there's a lot of – I don't think we didn't talk about this enough or a whole lot, but I think just the Cowboys ecosystem during training camp really didn't talk about it. The fact that they hired Clayton Adams, who's a former offensive line coach, to be their offensive coordinator – keep an eye on that. Like with a young offensive line core like they have.
The Cowboys can draft offensive line. Like they usually hit.
Tyler Guyton struggled, but he was at least playable. They were able to keep him in the whole game without rotating him.
They got more hits than they got losses on offensive line.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
So that's one thing, and that's where like you get a competent quarterback in there that doesn't hold on to the ball and can like move up into the pocket instead of just running out.
I thought Dak's escapability. I mean, he was literally doing that stupid swivel drill that he always gets made fun of. But he was showing it like it.
It does not get you sacked a couple times.
It does actually work. So, Dak, Tyler Booker, Javonte Williams, all winners on the offensive side of the ball. And then I would still Shoddy as a win for first game as a head coach. You didn't get the win, but you showed that you are at least going to call a very different game than what we've seen under. Now, granted, that team under McCarthy with a healthy Dak won 12 games every year.
Yeah.
I think that's way too high of expectations for.
It all depends. I mean, with Shoddy's the way, like with play action and just pounding the ball, you got to have a solid defense, and they just lost the main piece. And that's where I think the losers.
That's correct. Yeah, that's where we talk some losers. I will mention a couple honorable mentions. Brandon Aubrey, you make all your field goals, you're a winner.
Best kicker in the game. So
Sam Williams, who we talked a little bit about potentially coming up. He's going to be a free agent after this year. The box score, if you just looked at his numbers on paper, there's nothing about that performance that would really blow you away. But I think he is setting himself up for a payday. I liked what I saw from him and Nealon filling. Again, if you're comparing them to Micah, there's no comparison. But theoretically, there's a world where Nealand is your new DeMarcus Lawrence and Sam Williams is your new Micah. Granted, those are poor man's versions of both the guys they're replacing, but did at least the Cowboys just looked physical.
Yeah.
For the first time, like the Cowboys looked like a team. Even the Dak spitting thing, they looked like a team that wanted to.
They weren't going to get bullied.
No, and
like
that
kudos for y'all.
I think that is a massive improvement on where the team mentality has been. So Shotty gets a little bit of the win there.
Yeah.
Losers, we talked CD. Obviously the drops, you can't have that. Miles Sanders, the fumble. If you're gonna be the backup running back,
got a hold on the ball.
Jaden Blue, who his big issue at Texas was fumbling the ball. I think Jaden Blue is pretty prime to take that number 2 spot behind Miles Sanders, which also Blue way more explosive of an athlete.
Yeah.
So it would make sense to have Miles Sanders is basically
thunder and lightning action going.
Yeah, and Miles Sanders is basically Javonte Williams light. Biggest loser on the defensive side of the ball. One, Mozzie Smith, former first-round pick, and you're a healthy scratch on opening night. I mean, you're literally the 53rd man on the roster. Like your place is far from comfortable. But the biggest glaring issue with the Cowboys defense, that linebacker core. It's just there's Kenneth Murray might have been the lowest graded player on the field for either team Thursday night. Once
they got past the defensive line, it was like the safeties had to step in.
Exactly. And you saw a lot of Hooker and Donovan Wilson making tackles because Sanborn and Murray were nowhere to be found. Sanborn, I think, is still – I said that real – Sanborn is way more – I have way more hopes for him 10 weeks from now than I do Kenneth Murray. By the time they made any kind of substitution and we started to see more of Maris Leofel in the second half, I think he still only got like 6 or 8 snaps on defense. It was noticeable, though. All of a sudden, at least you are getting linebackers in the TV screen while guys are getting tackled. And they
looked slow.
Yeah,
they looked very slow.
Also, that might have been a reason why Kenneth Murray has been traded twice
And if we go to the opposite side of the spectrum to my team is where you see the speed of linebackers can totally change the game with Fred Warner and D. Winters.
Yeah, Fred got his nose popped early in the game.
Yeah,
I saw that.
He basically just slammed the guy and just nose dived right on the ground. But patched him up, stitched him up, went back out there, like a true football player. But D. Winters is trying to take over that Dre Greenlaw spot, and he is not as fast, but he's definitely kicked up his explosiveness from last year. Because last year he looked like he was our weak point, definitely losing Dre Greenlaw to injury. And once you got those linebackers, they can kill a run game. And that was Seattle's whole plan. And I have to give it up to Charbonnet, which, he definitely is about to take Kenneth Walker's spot in Seattle.
I think Zeb drafted him for us.
Yeah.
I think we have Charbonnet.
Yeah, so, I mean, he's supposed to be the pass catcher as well. So, be wary, Kenneth Walker III, man. Charbonnet looked way more explosive than anybody, than Kenneth Walker. But I'd have to give it up for the old Robert Saleh San Fran defense, who didn't give up more than 200 yards, who kept the passing game to under 125 yards. Sam Darnold does not look like he deserved that contract. And
I think they have an out. I think it's really on paper just like a 1-year deal. I think they have an out. Right, but I think
is it a 1-year out?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, so it's
really front loaded.
Yeah,
if I remember correctly.
And of course, as we're humming along, Kittle gets injured on a stupid shovel pass forward,
and now put on the IL earlier today. So
gonna miss at least 4 games. And
what was it? Hamstring?
Yeah. And it looks like Juwan Jennings went out early that game. Couldn't move his arm, but it looks like he's day-to-day, might play next week. Ayuk isn't coming back until week 5 or 6. We just signed Kendrick Bourne, who started with us, then went to the Patriots, and then he's kind of floated around, but he used to be our third down Juwan Jennings guy. But one Ricky Shotgun Purcell, he shined. He's our deep threat. That kid from ASU went to Florida his last year.
Oh, Pearsall.
Pearsall,
yeah, the kid that got shot.
Yeah. He's looking like the man. So, I mean, Juwan Jennings, I mean, you want that payday, man. You got to get out there and outplay that kid. And then, of course, Christian McCaffrey looked all but worldly Christian McCaffrey. But he got 31 snaps. He had 31 snaps, that's way too much.
How much did you see of the Robinson?
He probably got about 5 or 6.
Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah,
maybe that's just because it's so fresh since the trade, and
we lost
fully
half
up to
our
speed.
We had lost half our offense. Like we lost Kittle. We game planned on Kittle a lot during that game. That's what Shanahan said. Like right after the game, he's like, we game planned so much with Kittle, and then when he went down, it just he caught 4 for 4 with the touchdown, and then he was out.
Yeah, he looked great on that
great.
first drive. Who was the kid that caught the game-winning touchdown?
Oh, man,
it was like Tongus or something.
Yeah, Tongerson, I believe. First catch. And I could have swore Brock Purdy was just throwing it in double coverage.
Okay, that's why I wanted to ask you.
And I'm like, here comes the third pick.
I wanted to ask you because as I was watching that live, I thought, oh, that's a terrible decision.
Yeah.
And then,
but someone did say they kind of like, what was it? It wasn't a homer.
Jake Tongus.
Okay, yeah. I thought it was like Tongerson or Tongus. That's a play where this is like a high point, like a high ball.
Yeah, you're just giving your receiver a chance.
And that guy was definitely a foot taller than that receiver. It was just he went and got it. And you just didn't expect that from a person who's never caught a ball before. You expect him just to lay back there and be like, oh, what happened? But Purdy trusted him. And Purdy 7 for 7 on the final drive for 81 yards or 61 yards. Winning touchdown. And then Nick Bosa, our defense, comes in and does what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, Robinson had 9 carries. Still, though.
9 carries?
Yeah. I'm trying to find a snap count.
Yeah, we did not. Once Purdy started throwing double coverage and starting to force balls in there, we were just running the ball constantly. And Seattle's defense, it looks outstanding.
Especially in that stadium.
Yeah.
I mean, with the crowd.
The crowd was going crazy.
Yeah,
man.
that makes that defense look even better than they might actually be.
But we'll see if Purdy earns the contract because he's definitely going to have to play with some, he's playing with backups. He's going to have to, they're definitely going to, I guarantee you, McCaffrey's not going to touch the ball 31 times next game.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what Brock Purdy looks like without the weapons. I know no NFL quarterback except
last year we didn't have any weapons.
Yeah, well, and it wasn't good.
It wasn't the best.
Right. That's why
That's why I'm like, if you wanted the money, he got the money. But he looked better. His escapability is always believe it or not, elite.
Yeah, that's that might be his best skill set.
Yeah, it's Patrick Mahomes-esque, where it's he's not gonna shine like a Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen or anything like that. But
no, it's more of a Midwestern version of Patrick Mahomes.
It's that Iowa
Lamar.
State.
Yeah.
It's the Iowa State slipperiness.
Definitely more of a homogenized, corn-fed version of.
But yeah, so I mean, we get next week. We get a softer. I forget who we play next week.
I was just.
Oh, the Saints. We play the Saints. So Purdy injured as well. Left shoulder. Toe, he's questionable. So we might have to roll out Mac Jones.
Oh, that's right, Mac Jones. I couldn't remember.
Which actually looked damn good.
in preseason.
Mike Jones.
I remember you telling me that.
Yeah, and so knowing that we're playing the Saints and Spencer Rattler, we might just have to throw out Mac Jones, which is going to kill one of my super flex leagues because my other person was Jackson Dart, and they already said they're going with Russell Wilson and New York Giants.
I was happy to hear that as a Cowboy fan. Like I'd rather see
I
Russ
bet you would
than Jackson Dart after what I saw.
Russ was awful, man.
Well, let's burn through the rest of the league here and with the rest of the main seggy, because I've got the games broken down between games that featured contenders, games that featured playoff teams, and games that featured teams kind of on the fringe. So
let's go fringe.
So fringe, I have that Bucks-Falcons game. Someone's got to win that division.
Penix looked good.
Penix looked really good.
Yeah.
Until the kicker let him down at the end.
Young Ho be cool.
Yeah. Young Ho had a rough Sunday, missing the game tying.
Atlanta made a song for you. They accepted you, Young Ho. You're killing them.
Yeah, it wasn't a good week for kickers all around. I mean, I saw y'all cut Jake Moody.
Oh, yeah, I didn't want
after
to bring
he
him
missed.
up, man.
Have you signed a replacement yet?
Yeah, we signed. Oh, man, help me out, chat.
It's not Matt Prater, because he got picked up midweek and ends up kicking the game winner for Buffalo.
Yeah. Doggy TNs to Jaguars, kill expected.
Eddie Pinheiro.
Yes. I don't play. Like, who did he play for before this? That's why I was like, I'm like, man, that just sounds like an Italian that we just said, hey, can you kick the ball?
Okay, now
you want to come over and kick the ball?
Now you sound like the old Arizona Cardinals announcer that got reprimanded for saying, like, I just hate this. Is the guys play so hard, and then the game comes down to the leg of some foreigner. It's like, bro, you can't say that.
Some foreigner.
And then to the play-by-play credit, I need to find this clip because the play-by-play guy goes, he's from Colorado, and then the color analyst goes, you know what I mean? Because I think it was one of the Grammaticas or something. Or he's from California, not Colorado.
That was funny. But yeah, so Penix looked good. Baker's gonna Baker in that Jabuka. Like, God, man, I'm gonna get canceled trying to say his name.
Oh, Agabuga.
There you go.
Just say it real fast. Agabuga.
There you go.
There
we go. Agabuga. He looked stunning. He looked like the best rookie wide receiver in the group out of this year's draft. But like, my thing is when Godwin comes back in week 5 or 6, there's only one football, and you got Mike Evans, Agabuga, and
nailed it,
and Godwin. And then you also got Buck Irving, who's a stud running back. He's definitely come on to an elite top 10, top 15 running back.
I think the Buccaneers are sneaky. Like, the Falcons playing them this close in week 1, I put about as much stock as the Browns playing the Bengals close in week 1.
What 3 teams have won their division 4 times the last 4 years?
Oh, have won all 4 times?
Yeah, like they've won their division.
Chiefs, Bucks, not the Eagles because the Cows. Who's the obvious?
Sunday night.
Bills. Yeah, Bills have dominated. Yeah. Okay,
It's the Buccaneers always have a solid team.
I mean, that division's just so bad too.
Yeah,
because there's
bad.
What other team from that division in the last decade has done?
Yeah,
anything?
I mean, it was besides the Drew Brees Saints, like.
Yeah, but it go all the way back to Drew Brees, and you find another team that put up a fight.
The Cam Newton.
Yeah,
but that was never a gimme Cam Newton Panthers.
No, and that was even before Brees. That was a non-factor.
Yeah, that was Brees and Cam Newton were battling. That was a good time in the division.
And that division, it's had some good MVP quarterbacks between Cam, Brees, and Brady.
Yeah.
Late career with the Bucks.
Did he get an MVP?
No, I just
just
didn't win it with the Bucks.
Could have.
Good point. Other fringe games, I had that Bengals-Browns. Bengals sneak by 17-16.
Kill me with the Bengals, man.
How do you say it?
Bengals.
It's Bengals.
Bengals.
It's a Bengali tiger. We talked about this
I know,
last time.
but like it's not. I don't know.
LG, I'm sorry. How does the rest of the world pronounce that word?
Bengals.
This is how it's.
You're saying Bengals, like Bing Crosby. You're pronouncing like Bengals.
Oh, I sure am, aren't I?
Yeah.
Bingo.
I stand by it.
Now you got me saying it, man.
Yeah, it's the Bengals.
No, it's the Bengals, man.
Bengals.
It's not Pringles. It's Bengals.
You said the same thing.
I know I did. That's what I'm trying to say. Bengals, Pringles.
So
not the same thing.
The Bungles pulled it out 17-16.
Oh, Jamar Chase killed me.
Can you imagine? Do you remember how many people last year picked Cincinnati
Bengals to
win week 1 in their survivor pools?
Yeah,
and then they lost.
Yeah. It almost happened again.
That was so close. I mean, the division games in the NFL are always take the underdog to cover. That's just what I would say.
Well, now they're 2-10 in the Joe Burrow era of the first two games
of
every season, and this was the second game they won. So, I mean, look to not pick them next week. But hopefully we'll have some action out of Burrow and T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, the highest paid wide receivers in the league combo. And they got Chase back there, the other Chase, Chase Brown, who's solid as they come.
What a terrible AFC North game. 17-16 and 0 points were scored in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
that's just
I'm watching the red zone, and I'm like, give me some Bengals, man. Like, what's happening? Give me what's happening. And, like, nothing was coming up, and I'm like, this is not good. I went hard on I drafted Burrow in like 4 leagues and
had Chase.
Chase. Every time I had the first pick or second pick, if Chase dropped to me, I was like, "Yep, that's my guy."
Flacco almost went for 300.
Your guy, you have Chase.
Yeah. We
almost tanked your thing.
Flacco, the ageless wonder with the Browns, almost goes for 300.
Tillman does good. Yeah.
I just kind of like that Cowboys Eagles game. If it's a division matchup, take the dog to cover because those points are nice. The other fringe playoff game. Steelers might be a playoff team.
Dude, the ageless wonder against four
touchdowns.
Four touchdowns.
4 touchdowns.
4 touchdowns, 260-odd yards. And they go against a good defense.
244.
In the Jets, which also Justin Fields coming out like he could have been a first-round QB pick.
Yeah, him and Garrett Wilson looked like they had – I don't think Garrett didn't crack 100, but he was right there at it.
He was close to it.
Had a touchdown. Breece Hall had 100 yards rushing.
His deep ball looks good. He rushed for almost 100 yards, 2 rushing TDs for him. Breece Hall, I think he got a tutty. Mm-hmm. Did they draft a tight end? I believe they drafted
Which one?
The Jets.
Jets?
Yeah.
You might be thinking of Warren with the Colts.
I know Warren. Yeah, he went ham on me for all my fantasy leagues.
Dude,
I love it.
Yeah,
that was surprising. That's what I thought the Browns and the Bengals game was going to be. That was such a surprise. I was putting everything on Pittsburgh not doing good.
I underestimated exactly how much Aaron Rodgers wanted to beat the Jets.
Yeah.
I really underestimated the animosity there, which it's Aaron Rodgers, probably should have.
Yeah, but
should have seen that coming.
Yeah, if I don't take it personal, I don't care about it.
Well, and all the Steelers do is win against AFC teams.
Yeah,
do just enough to make the playoffs. So I have them as the fringe. Hell, Jets might even.
I'm
be
excited to see what they
too.
do. I'm excited to see what both of those teams do next week.
Yeah, agreed. Burning through some of the playoff ones, I had obviously your Niners, Seahawks. Would you say, are you offended that I have Niners as a solid playoff team and not a contender?
Yeah, right now we're a solid playoff team.
Who would you say after watching week 1, if you were doing it, what are the teams that you saw that you're like, that's a surefire contender?
Oh, contender? Well, Buffalo. Not even the Eagles right now. I would just say, man, Buffalo was really the one that stood out.
Packers, what they did to the Lions.
Yep. They destroyed
that looks
them.
like an NFC contender. And then the only other game I included was Chiefs-Chargers, because it's the question of, are the Chiefs still immediately put into the contender column?
You got to, because until they stop going to a Super Bowl,
right?
Can't count them out. But Harbaugh with second year with
Justin Herbert,
looking good, and then Quentin Johnston, he's actually looking like a first round pick, like he was last year in his second year, and of course Lad McConkey, he's looking good. Like, what was it? Who the other? There's another kid. Oh, Keenan Allen, Old Man Allen, dude. That was a great win by the Chargers. And Justin Herbert just was like, oh, it's just another win.
Well, I love that mentality.
I love it.
Can we emphasize the ridiculousness of a division matchup being played
in Brazil
in week 1 of the regular season? Like that is because I was also thinking about who lost the home game.
That was a Kansas City home game.
That was the Chiefs were the home?
I believe so.
Yeah, because they were in red, right?
Yeah, I believe it was a Kansas City home game.
So that's if you're gonna force a team to lose a home game, it shouldn't be a divisional game.
I wonder if Roger Goodell got paid underneath the table by
the Brazilian
isn't it? Government. Like, you better give us 2 good teams.
Yeah, don't send Jacksonville and Carolina. Like,
are you taking notes, England? You gotta bribe the man.
Seems that way.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll burn through the rest real quick. Commanders beat the Giants handedly. How many weeks is Russell Wilson the starting quarterback, realistically?
He gets pulled at halftime this next week.
I was about to say, like, there's a scenario where he gets 2 more quarters, and then it's Jackson Dart time.
Dayball, he's on the hot seat. He's going to be fired within week 6 or 7 if he doesn't start winning.
Yeah, he might have a race though to be the first coach fired after Mike McDaniel's Dolphins performance.
Oh God!
But it might not surprise you to know they fall into the Cam Newton total ass column here, so we're not even going to talk about that game.
Yeah.
Broncos Titans. I thought Cam Ward was kind of let down by some of his receivers.
Yeah, it didn't seem like they were on the same page.
Exactly. And I think timing was a little off at times. Of course, that Denver defense is really, really good.
I think, like I said, I think they're going to be the best defense in the league.
I think that's a solid position.
Surtain covered Ridley all game.
Yeah.
So
the Bo Nix did not look good, though. And again, against a
horrible picks.
Potentially bad Titans team.
Yeah.
Broncos struggled more than they should have. If
talk about moral victory, that's a moral victory for the Titans.
It is.
How many people how many in like a survival league picked the Broncos this week?
Sure.
Yeah. Almost everyone got eliminated.
Pretty safe on paper. You would have thought pretty safe. I think Cam Ward took multiple really bad sacks, and I think that's just kind of that happy feet. Like it's.
Yeah, I know. In one of my leagues, he was negative points.
Yeah,
because of all those sacks.
Because of the sacks.
So he's a new Caleb Williams this year.
That makes sense. The Rams squeaked by the Texans. That game was so brutal to watch. I feel bad for people that don't pay for the Sunday ticket or anything because San Antonio is Texans.
And you got to watch it for free.
You had to watch Rams-Texans at the same time while Packers-Lions was on. So you had to
get you some red zone, guys.
You got to.
Red zone was there was a lot of we don't know what to do. Let's just play some replays from the 12 o'clock hour and stuff like that.
The 3 o'clock window was
the
a
only
bit rough.
only takeaway I got for the positive for the Texans is their defense looks good. I think they're going to be a top 5 defense. Their defense is young and fast. I think their defense is going to be solid. But C.J. Stroud, he's got question marks right now. He's got question marks.
Yeah, I mean, when the offense only puts up 9 points on a – I mean, the Rams do have some – they have some nice rush pieces. They have some nice edge guys. They've got
but they're supposed to, like, even in our conference, they're the 3rd best defense.
That's correct. Yeah, no, it's still –
in our conference.
You got to score more than 9 points.
I mean, we supposedly have Devontae Adams that you added in Puka as well. And you have, Kyron Williams, who's a stud running back with a good backup in Quorum, and Matthew Golden Boy Stafford. Come on.
Yeah,
you got to put up more than 17 points.
It really came down to Stafford connecting on that final that throw to seal the game on that
Puka.
Last drive. Yeah, you mentioned Caleb Williams. Vikings Bears was one of those weird. It was a good bad game.
Yeah,
like it was a really bad game for 3 quarters.
I was watching the Manning podcast. Manning cast, one of my favorites.
Yeah,
what a great bit.
Who all was on it last night? I saw Randy Moss in the.
It was
later in the game.
Saquon was the first half.
Okay, I missed that.
And then when Randy Moss came on, that's when the Vikings scored 3 times.
Well, look at that.
Look at that.
It's almost like it's
Justin Jefferson caught him a touchdown.
It's almost like it's Thanksgiving Day when Randy Moss had 3 touchdowns against the Cowboys one year. The interesting, really, 2 takeaways here, and I think it's the debuts. You mentioned Caleb Williams. I think more time Caleb Williams has with Ben Johnson, I think you're going to see growth. I still don't have when you have the natural ability of Caleb Williams. I think the fact that he was with Eberflus, who's now the Cowboys defensive coordinator, the fact that now his head coach is an purely offensive-minded guy. I'd like to see what Caleb Williams looks like halfway through the season as he's run Ben Johnson's system for 10 games.
Yeah, they said it right. Like, as much as the coach was the trick play guy in Detroit and whatnot, he's like, let's get the normal plays right first before we start implementing these trick plays.
Yeah, you've got to install the system. I mean, again, like
Caleb, some of the best things was Caleb Williams rolling out to the right and beating the defense and getting the first downs.
And that's some of the the difference in natural ability between Caleb Williams and Jared Goff.
Yeah,
both 1-1s overall that Ben Johnson has now gotten to work with. I think a lot of people had given up on Goff until Ben Johnson got a hold of him. I think a lot of people have questions about Caleb Williams. Let's see what Ben Johnson can do.
Yeah.
As the season gets deeper. But the other side, I mean, the elevation
dude.
Now of
and
JJ because
now JJ in the second half became the guy that we all saw in the preseason.
What was it? Correct me. I think it was 5 passing yards in the first half.
Yeah,
5.
It was disgusting.
5. Like awful. It was awful. And it wasn't. And it really wasn't even the whole second half. It was just.
Yeah. It was the last it was about 4 or 5 minutes left in the third quarter.
Yeah, so a 20 minutes of the 60 minutes.
And then he just throws a dime right to Jefferson coming across the middle low where he's supposed to throw it in between 2 defenders. It was like a perfect elite NFL pass out of nowhere.
I think the Vikings are waking up today feeling just fine about their decision to hand the reins to JJ because
of course you spit a first-round pick on him, man.
Exactly, but you're also a 14-win team. Like, okay, think about this: when was the last time a quarterback was making his NFL debut for a team that won 14 games last year? Like starting week 1.
That's true.
Like I can't think of another quarterback who started week 1 as a rookie after the team won 14 games like that. Just those.
Brett Favre leaving Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers, maybe, yeah. But even, well, I guess it's not JJ's first year technically because of the injury. He redshirted. But even then, Rodgers was on the field at different points of his career before. Like, that was JJ's first time on an NFL field as a starting quarterback, as a quarterback, period.
Yeah.
I think the Vikings that division is nasty.
Yeah, it's only going to get better for the Vikings because Addison is coming back in week 4 after his suspension. Jordan Mason is definitely taking over that job from Aaron Jones.
Jones had some receiving.
He's about to become a third down back, but Mason's going to out touch him.
I don't think you're too far off there. But again, a team that is breaking in a new quarterback with, my little experience in the league that JJ, like, you're gonna rely on both those guys, both of those running or both of those threats that they provide.
Which is good because Mason was coming. This is his first contract year. Well, no, he hasn't got his first contract yet, but like this is his last year on his rookie deal. So this is his show out year. You got Aaron Jones keeping it down. He's the veteran. Did he ever? No, he didn't win one with the Packers. That's a long time ago. But he's been there. He's gone to conference title games and stuff like that. But you also got 2 of the best receivers, Tandem and Hawkinson on your, And then you also got, don't they have a rook? Don't they have another kid that's coming up in the Vikings?
I would have to brush up. I'm not as deep into
I may be thinking of
my skull roster.
I'm thinking of Detroit and that one kid who made that ridiculous almost.
Oh, Tesla.
Yeah, almost say Odell Beckham catch.
Yeah, that was nasty. The only other games before we're going to close out with want to talk about that Bills Ravens game a little bit, but mentioned Colts destroyed the Dolphins.
Mm-hmm. Danny Dimes actually looks good. That two-face of his when he looks amazing, and then he's Danny Dimes, and then he's Don Vito. And so,
I like that. Yeah. Raiders beat the Patriots. Another Geno almost throwing for 400 yards.
Yep.
Cardinals beat the Saints.
That was.
I think we know the Saints are bad. Curious to see what the Cardinals look like.
They got enough weapons, man. James Conner's still that guy.
Interesting.
Marvin Harrison Jr. came up with the solid stat line, and Kyler Murray's gonna run around the ball with the ball.
Travis Hunter played both sides of the ball, but
McBride looks good. Travis Hunter and Jaguars.
Talking Jaguars, Panthers, trying to burn through.
He only had 2 snaps as a defensive.
So they were bringing him in situationally on defense, but using him primarily as a receiver on offense. I think we all had questions of exactly what that would look like. I think
that's going to change.
The momentum that I heard so much about all offseason, Bryce Young really got some positive momentum late in the year last year.
Oh yeah, that was garbage time. Come on.
Bryce Young looked bad.
Yeah, Bryce Young looks
bad Jaguars team.
The Panthers team.
Well, playing the Jaguars.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought the Jaguars. I think they're fringe. I think they're fringe. Playoff.
Oh, you would have them fringe.
I think Jaguars are fringe.
Interesting.
ETN looks a lot better. Brian Thomas Jr., Travis Hunter. They got who they else they get. They just traded Tank Bigsby to
the Eagles.
keep
making trades nonstop. Yeah, but then the game of the week, clearly. Bills scoring 16 points in the last 4 minutes of the game.
What
to beat the Ravens 41-40.
Lamar going off, Derrick Henry going off, Josh Allen going off. James Cook got him a tutty.
You want some fun facts?
Give me some fun facts.
Teams that scored 40 or more points and rushed for 235 yards or more in NFL history, regular season playoffs ever, were 277-0 until Sunday night.
It's a fact.
And both of them did that. Right?
Ravens Yeah. Both end up doing
So it was like a team who did that took them out.
Right. Ravens
Took
end
out
up
another
getting
team.
beat. First time ever a team has lost a game putting up those. Speaking of rushing
That's
stats.
a crazy stat.
Tell me which one's crazier, because I kind of think this next one is even crazier.
What was that?
Josh Allen had his 66th career rushing touchdown in that game. 66.
It's a fact.
He is now the Bills' all-time leader in rushing touchdowns.
Yeah.
He passed Thurman.
Yeah.
Passed Thurman for
Hall of Famer, Oklahoma State's own, Thurman Thomas.
the guy who Emmett was basing his contract holdout on. I want to make more than Thurman Thomas. Josh Allen is now the NFL is.
I just needed one more touchdown from Cook to win this.
Think about that.
When I was quit ball hogging it.
What the NFL looked like during that Cowboys documentary, during when it was Cowboys Niners in the NFC Championship every year.
Josh Allen is
just a
bigger Steve
play.
Young. You know, did you?
Yeah.
He's just a bigger right-handed Steve Young.
Steve Young, though, didn't have 66 career rushing touchdowns. It's still such a different game.
I think he had 30 or 40.
That wouldn't surprise me.
But he also didn't play. Josh Allen's probably played as much as Steve Young right now before he retired.
43 rushing touchdowns
43,
for Steve Young. Yeah. In terms of games played already.
Yeah, he only played for 7 or 8 years.
Well, Andy had started his career in Tampa Bay. Had the rookie year with the Bucks. A game like that is all you can ask for on opening night.
Josh
felt
Allen
like a week 17, week 18 game to determine home field advantage. Exactly.
That was a playoff game, and then Josh Allen. Maybe our fans should stick around a little longer and have some faith in us. Just sharp sticking them.
Talk your ass. You deserve it. I think who was it? Was Collinsworth saying, and now all of a sudden there's 20,000 Buffalo fans that are trying to get back into the stadium because it was obvious. It was.
Oh, they were singing at the end. They were like, oh man, it was almost like a college game.
It was a college game. They're singing "Mr. Brightside" by the Killers because that's their team stadium song to hype.
Someone told me that because they go to Buffalo games every year. They told me "Mr. Brightside," and I was like, really, I love that song, but I would never. Why would they pick that?
Yeah, I wouldn't have connected. I think Michigan, University of Michigan does it too, which is why it feels like a college environment.
Wow.
The other one final stat from that game before we close it out with you mentioned red zone. I've got some cool red zone footage. Since 2022, so last 3 years, when teams have a lead in the fourth quarter of 10 or more, this is the next close. So the Chiefs are 24-0 when they're up by double digits in the fourth quarter. 24-0. Eagles 27-1. Lions 21-1. Just to give you an idea of how the good teams grade out. Your Niners 23-2.
Yeah.
So
I was about to say Niners are up there.
23-2. That's a 920 win percentage.
We lost one of those in the Super Bowl.
Maybe
those two are the Super Bowls.
It might be. The bottom two teams in terms of win percentage when leading by 10 or more in the fourth quarter of a game, Ravens and Bills. The Ravens are 19-2, so they're basically the same as y'all. Yeah. But listen to this. Or the Bills. The Bills are 19-2. The Ravens are 25-6. That's a win percentage of 806. And the Bills are the next closest team, almost a whole percentage point higher, .905. Harbaugh has a problem. That is not just first of all, that's 31 games where they've had 10-point lead. They are a damn good football team. They've been up by 10 31 times in the fourth quarter of games in the last 3 years, and they've lost 6 of those games.
I know some of y'all out there thinking
that's a John Harbaugh problem.
That's Shanahan-like.
Blowing leads like that?
Yeah, that's Shanahan-like.
That's
in the biggest of games.
That's lesser Harbaugh. That's what you get from the lesser of the Harbaugh brothers.
Oh,
LG, throw that red zone footage up here. I think you mentioned everyone needs red zone.
Oh, if you're into fantasy, man, there's nothing better.
So the reason I much prefer just watching a full game, to hear the announcer, to get the full narrative of ups and downs throughout the game. But red zone is also great for if, say, your female roommate is actually going to attempt to watch football with you. No commercials, except for what they had 2 minutes of 15-second commercials cumulatively over the 7 hours. Roommates
really piss me off.
Roommates, I'm cancel the NFL. Roommates love Red Zone channel because it's just all action. It's only the plays that matter. It's only
and they got the old buddy, I forget his name, that does the play.
Scott Hansen.
So telling you exactly how to walk through it so they can understand it.
This is what it looks like. This is what he actually is doing, because you think about it, through most of the day, you're just hearing him. You're not actually seeing him on screen unless they do like a behind the podium shot
I've heard some interviews of him. Like, he doesn't go to the bathroom that whole 7 hours. He sits there and doesn't drink water.
Unless he's got a catheter in.
No, he just doesn't. No, he doesn't drink water. It's like how Cory, not Booker, whatever that politician.
Oh, no, that is Cory Booker.
Cory Booker. Yeah. He had to prep not drinking water so he didn't have to go to the bathroom. Same thing Scott Hansen does every weekend. He doesn't eat. He has like a physical routine he goes through so he can sit there and be locked in.
As a wise man once said, thank you for what you do to your body. Yeah. Because this is the gold that Scott Hansen delivers on Sundays.
Is LG going to come back there?
Possibly, because of we had almost made it PG-13 the whole episode.
Is he going to come on the computer?
How did that save anything?
I don't know.
So he's like right on the producer's back shoulder, just leaning over, staring at the monitor, mic'd up the whole time. I guess I had never thought about it, of what it actually looked like. But he's just moving around, just bouncing around, getting whatever cut they're going to.
I wish we could, the interview that he says that he does at his house when he, watches, college games. He has 9 TVs all around in, a room, and he's watching all of them, and he's sitting there, and he stands up the whole time.
Yeah,
So imagine him doing that for 2 days straight.
I did. Speaking of LG loving the behind-the-scenes production, I did send him video. The Rangers released another behind-the-scenes production video because they had a walk-off win against the Astros over the weekend. So I did send him that. I'm sure he enjoyed both of those, right, LG? Right,
yes.
Right. Not to the point of enjoyment that you described, though. Let's get to the lightning round. Let's get to the lightning round, close it out. So I mentioned at the top, Wemby, Spurs had an announcement. Wemby is apparently taking charge of this attempt to – they want super fans. They want ultras is what they call them in Europe. Like when you watch a European soccer game and you see – the guys with the flares and the giant tifo that they're unfurling, and everyone
the body painters,
and everyone they know what to chant all together at the same. There's a super fan for you. The Spurs. The idea on the surface, when I read that, I thought, oh, badass. That's great, cool. Like the bomber with the Clippers. They built the wall, and players were actually talking about how it actually did impact, their focus at the free throw line. So the idea seems great. The details are a little interesting.
Okay.
So
hit me with it.
Next Sunday, or this coming Sunday, at 7 a.m. First of all, why are we doing tryouts on a Sunday at 7 a.m.? This is a proper Catholic city. Everyone.
That's I was about to say, that's
weird.
That's like high school stuff.
It's weird. Yeah. Very weird. But they're having tryouts. So you go, and I think they're going to select 150 to 300 people for this superfan section. But they're charging a membership fee that is $999.
God,
and
that's a rack?
That doesn't include your actual ticket to the game. That's your membership fee to be a part of the Superfan Club.
So you're just gonna be like what? Like
it's like these PSLs that people
baseline bums or something.
Yeah, just on a grander, more people. But
I mean, y'all can give me $1,000 and I'll make a club for y'all.
Yeah, it's like the seat licensing deals that Jerry did when they built Jerry World. All of the sections you pay to have the privilege to buy a ticket in a certain section of the stadium. So you're paying a membership fee to be a part of that section, and then you're paying your individual game ticket to get into that section.
Yeah.
It's not the feel-good story it first appeared as. It's kind of...
Yeah, it's a sleep.
I want to see more details of it.
It's an elitist little club.
Yeah, because if you were only charging the $999 for 41 home games, and it also membership fee included ticket price, I think that'd be like what, $30 a game?
Yeah.
So that would be reasonable. But to add the ticket price on top, because also you're going to want these people fairly close to the court.
Yeah.
So that ticket's not going to be cheap.
Nah, you're still going to be
41 games.
And now that Wemby and we got all these players and we're actually going into contention.
Right.
Those are going to be $2,000 tickets.
Yeah, that's again. I want to see more details. Kind of like I want to see more details from the Kawhi report because, dude, it sounds like the Sun up in Toronto is reporting now that Uncle Dennis asked for a partial stake in the Maple Leafs, and he had to be told that no, you can't. We can't do that because the people that own the Maple Leafs also own the Raptors. And so that would be, CBA circumventing the salary cap and CBA. Like, dude, that story.
Uncle Dennis.
We're getting the more reports we get from that. I mean, they wanted the no-show job in Toronto. Apparently, there was a list of 6 things that it's being firmly reported that Uncle Dennis requested.
Does Kawhi know any of this?
A Paul George trade, a no-show job. Partial ownership of the Maple Leafs, which Toronto said no. But you look at the 6 things that it's being reported that they demanded.
Yeah.
Well, the Clippers traded for Paul George. Well, the Clippers gave him a no-show
jobs.
Like, what else? Have the Clippers actually given him?
Let's peel back this curtain there, Steve Ballmer.
Let's not take Ramona Shelbourne's mouthpiece of Steve Ballmer reporting. Let's actually get an investigative reporter like Pablo Torre to keep on it like a dog on a bone.
All right, hit me, LG. So now that you have talked about this superfan group, I've heard that the Baltimore Ravens. I want to see if the Cowboys or the Texans do this. The Baltimore Ravens give out a fantasy football package for a fantasy football league every year that sells out immediately for $1,000. You get to come to the Ravens Stadium. You get to walk around on the field. You get shown around, and then you get to go up in one of the suites where they have all-you-can-eat food, all you can drink, and you get to draft your fantasy football teams.
Oh, that's a good bit.
Yeah, so that's what they do to gain money while that stadium's just sitting there. And I'm wondering, I know Jerry does tours all day, every day that you can walk through that's reasonably cheap. But if they can do one, which averages out to almost like $70 a person if you're gonna have like a 12-man league. It's like $70-$80 a person. That is
reasonable
totally worth
for
it.
the experience.
That's more than reasonable,
I agree.
dude. And I gotta know. I would go to Texas. I would go to Houston. I'd even walk into that turd stain of Jerry World and draft a league there. And yeah, man, we got to find out if we can make this happen. Because that would be great next year. I think everybody would ante up $60, $70 to go sit there and walk around,
Yeah,
a stadium and then get free food brought to you by the waiters. You're in one of the suites, and it's just that's all it is. It's you get like 6 hours in there.
No, that's not a bad deal. So even at that rate, you're paying $12 an hour.
Exactly.
Like,
that's nothing.
Yeah,
free food.
That seems.
I think you can bring your own alcohol or something like that.
That seems like money very well spent. Hit me, LG. Maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Sports Cave.
That's what I'm talking about next year. That's what I'm talking about next year.
Did you watch any of the tennis?
Yeah, I saw someone get booed.
It was rough. The timing was rough going up against first afternoon of Sunday NFL football. But I did flip over. Alcaraz beat Sinner. They end up splitting the majors now for the second straight year. We are officially in the new era of tennis.
Did you know that
Joker just can't keep up?
For 4 weeks, Alcaraz specifically trained to play Sinner.
Oh yeah, I mean they're the only each other's only rivals at this point.
He's basically getting someone to mimic everything that he does, every shot that he puts two people on the court and just sits there and runs back and forth like Nadal.
Yeah,
Man.
outside of the fluky upset or one of the American like Fritz or
Fritz should have beat Joker. God.
Fritz, if he almost forced that fifth set and Joker was gassed. He was so done. I was thinking the same thing because that was the night after we did the show last week, and I was sitting there watching, just like, come on, dude, just force another set, and you got this.
Even if if he forced another game on the fourth set, I think he would have taken that one.
Yeah, but outside of, Joker is the gap between Alcaraz, Sinner, and then Joker is almost the gap between Joker and then the rest of everybody else. Yeah. Like there are clearly three.
Joker's down in the Fritz and down in that area. Like
Joker's still better than anyone not named Alcaraz or Sinner.
His age is catching up.
The age is catching up, but there's still no one. I would.
Joker's now the Roddick in the Nadal.
Very much so. Well, and he's been that way. He's just hanging on to try to get one more major to break the tiebreak, break the record. I think Joker is still the best ball hitter on tour. I think he's still the most consistent. He just can't get to as many balls now. And then elsewhere in non-American top 4 sports, the U.S. national team, soccer, man, looked lifeless in a 2-0 loss to South Korea. Ends up winning tonight 2-0 against Japan.
I was about to say, we beat Japan.
And they switched to a back 3. There's still a lot of experimenting seemingly taking place, especially with roster selection. But we are officially, dude, we're like 8 months away from a World Cup on American soil.
We got to get our crap together.
Got to get it together. Got to get it together.
MLG. A study from a Ivy League college claims that 1 in every 3 women is mentally insane.
How much did they pay for that research?
And I wonder if there was any women in that.
Yeah, well,
imagine having to do a study, and you're doing it with your gender.
What's the number? If we know it for women, we have to know it for men. Like, what's the percent?
Honestly, as much as I've been gaslit trying to by women who I was just talking to a friend of mine today and they're like, sounds like you're coming down on me and arguing with you. I was like, I just said I have your back and blah, blah, blah. I just want you to do this and that. And it was just so, I was just like, man, this, you are reading into things way too much.
The overthinking is,
I think it's gone way worse with this texting. I don't like texting.
Well, there's no emotion in texting.
Yeah, because you can be taken out of context.
That's why I don't
like that.
That's why I don't tweet a whole lot because I don't feel comfortable saying, thank you, OJ, saying something.
Rest in peace, King.
Without the emotion tied to it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the stuff I say is smart ass, and it doesn't come across that way if you're just putting it out.
I've always said there needs to be a sarcastic text font. Give me a sarcastic text
what's
font.
The old? I think the old AP styling is like if you italicize it or have there's like some kind of marking to denote sarcasm. You have anything else before we get out of here?
No, that's it.
LG, hit me. Let's get out. Oh,
hit with the lightning.
You
man.
said hit me. Let's get out.
Oh yeah, I figured.
Hit me, baby, one more time.
We are late. We'll get right to it. This was Susie from Guntersville when she was asked what she would do with her Powerball winnings because, unfortunately, we know Susie was not one of the winners. The tickets were sold, one in Missouri, one up in Fredericksburg, which might or might not be a UT college student.
Yeah, I heard he got outed or something.
Yeah,
like
I think. Well, they put the video on social media. It was a Big's convenience store up in Fredericksburg, but I was really hoping Susie would win it because she's already got big plans for the money.
I'll tell you exactly what I'd do with the first $70 million. I'd pay off Kalen DeBoer and get him the heck out of the University of Alabama, and then I'd take whatever else it took to get rid of the AD. So I'd give him my church money. I don't know how much of what I'd have, after I paid my taxes. But I'm sure I'd have plenty with this kind of deal. But I know I'm not going to win. I just hope I win some scratch-offs. I just do it for the fun.
Okay, pause it real quick. Tell me, close your eyes.
I pay off that $70 million, get rid of Kalen DeBoer.
Close your eyes and tell me if this does not sound. Play it from the top, LG.
I'll tell you exactly what I'd do with the
Pause
first
it.
$70 million.
I'll tell you exactly what I'd do. 2 chicks at the same time. It's that same accent. It's the same exact delivery. Oh, man, I'll tell you what I'd do. I'll tell you what I'd do with the first $70 million.
You just got to have that pause real quick. Two chicks
at the same time. And they're
Two
both.
chicks at the same time, man.
Hey, we actually have it. All right. On that note, LG, get us out of here. Cap and I will be back Thursday. I don't know if we'll be in video format, but LG's going on a trip. But we will be here Thursday, sans LG. Cap, how can the people get a hold of you?
You can get a hold of me at IG at the Captain's Chair 210, as always. And I actually did make a Twitter. The Captain, I'm not even going to say it because I forgot it already.
LG wins the next stream.
Rest in peace, OJ.
Not for a week.
Not for a week. Well, till Thursday, if y'all want to reach out to me at Biggest Puma on X, biggest.puma on IG. Till then, Thursday, y'all be good. Peace.
Yankees suck.
Kids, what do we say about drugs?
Only thugs use drugs. They love to drugs.
Yeah!